We're live. Hold on, let me get this stuff out on Twitter. This is good. This is good. We're not gonna be crazy. I get like obsessive after we do these, and I start just like, what can I edit? What can I look at? What can I do? Dustin, man, I haven't been sleeping worth a shit. You concerned for me?
No.
Not at all?
Nope.
No concern.
Sleeping, you're dead. Is that what they say?
Who started that saying?
Somebody didn't know how sleep or death works.
Okay. Almost there. This is the most boring pre-show we've ever done. It's lit. What's up, guys, in the comment section?
Are they already here? What are people saying? How about we should do this? This should be something we should do to add to the our YouTube subscribers. We should start answering questions during the pre-show. So we're going to answer a question during the pre-show. Get a good question in.
Fire
pre-show
away.
Exclusive.
Fire
Next
away.
Good question. Your name and your question will make it on the pre-show.
Well, the first thing I'm seeing is just from Stanga. Ruther did 9/11. Ruther killed George Bush Sr. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Well, one of those you should be ashamed of.
Shots fired. All right, guys, questions. What do you got?
In the meantime, Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors just put a hurting on the Philadelphia 76ers and Lakers. Who are Lakers playing tonight? Lakers.
Spurs?
Lakers
right?
Spurs about to start. Yeah.
Dude of the Year 2018. I think that's a different podcast.
Dude of the Year 2018 that's already been announced. We announced that on our last regular season episode. I mean,
that's kind of offensive.
Yeah. We gave an award. We gave the Ricky Henderson. It was tweeted. The Ricky Henderson Dude of the Year award was handed out. And you know who got Dude of the Year, Andy?
Who?
And I actually did. It was not. I chose somebody else and then was convinced by my co-host, Andy Lazarus, to give Dude of the Year to Jacob deGrom. Dude of the Year.
Sounds like a homer call.
But were you even listening to what I said?
Yeah, I heard that Laz gave it.
I nominated him.
Yeah.
And then I forget who I even chose as my Dude of the Year. And then Laz came over the top and said deGrom, and I said, and what we try to do is have a consensus on these things. So that was an easy sell for me.
I'm sure. Well,
my co-host came.
The comments are flying in. Tons of comments.
Get some questions.
All right. Early NBA predictions. That's not a comment. Do you guys think the Nuggets are legit?
I do. I do indeed.
Ooh.
I think that they are. I don't know if this will make Tug was mentioned. Tug was mentioned in the pre-show, but I feel like they're stealing Tug and I's NFL model.
When we say that the Denver Nuggets are legit, what are we saying here? Make it to the Western semis?
I think that they could make a Western Conference Finals. That's what makes them legit, is they could. Will they? I don't know, but they could.
Okay.
They just have so many guys that are really, really good, and none of them are on a big deal yet.
Yeah.
So they're able, like, the team will fall apart eventually.
Sure.
Because they won't be able to keep all of it. But who knows? Maybe all these dudes love smoking Colorado weed and fucking, mountain biking in the summer. And
what's the difference between Colorado weed and California weed?
Probably not a whole lot, but it was in Colorado. Like they were trendsetters in the whole legalization and medical. So I'm sure people were starting with that business model there before people here. Like, weren't you talking about weren't you going to do like a weed show? And wasn't that in like Denver?
Yeah, we're still working on it.
Yeah. See, a lot of the companies you can trade on Robinhood are based in Colorado.
Oh, interesting.
All those weed companies.
Let's do a and then we'll get the show going, the official show. This is the pre-show if you're just joining in. Let's get a non-sports related question. Did we lose everybody? Did we lose the stream?
I see people coming through. I see comments coming.
Oh, it looked like it pittered out for a minute. Anyway, what is the best fast food French fry? That's from our buddy Nick D'Alessandro. Who does
best fast
Yeah.
food French fry. Wow. You know, I'll tell you what. I'm like fries are not my top whatever. Like I don't go fries first.
I agree. Me too.
I'm not a fry guy. Like
Yeah.
when I was a kid, I wouldn't even finish my fries half the time. I'll tell you what though. I came out here and I fell in love with In-N-Out right away when I moved out here. I love In-N-Out Burger. I bought in. I'm not the kind of guy who's like picking you up at the airport, like, gotta take you to In-N-Out.
Yeah.
Like, actually, more often than not, people will say to me, like, let's go to In-N-Out. I'm like, sure, let's do it. When I started going to In-N-Out, though, I was like, you know what? I'm not really feeling these fries. And I started getting my In-N-Out burger and going to McDonald's for the fries.
Oh, that is some fucking gangster shit, bro.
I'll tell you what, though.
You get the burger at In-N-Out and then go to McDonald's to get the fries.
I used to.
Oh.
The fries at In-N-Out have grown on me. And now.
Animal style, though.
So here's what I do. I don't do animal style fries.
Oh, you got to do animal style.
Here's what I do instead. Because the animal style fry is a little aggressive.
Yeah, I like it, though.
I get an animal style burger. And I put my fry dish underneath my burger. And I just let the animal fall into the fries. So I get like a half animal fry. But I don't know. What is the best? Who's got a strong fry? I like McDonald's fries.
I do like McDonald's fries.
I like McDonald's better than Burger King.
Yeah.
I like McDonald's better than Wendy's.
Yeah, but I'm like you. I'm not the biggest fry guy. I like my fries animal style. In fact, I have to get them animal style if I'm going to In-N-Out. You know who's got good fries? You're going to kill me for this. Any place that's serving them curly fries, fam.
Oh yeah, curly fries.
Jack in the Box, Arby's. I'm just saying.
I do like an Arby's. Again, like the animal fry. Like when Arby's, you get the beef and the cheddar, and you clean up the cheddar with the curly fries.
Yeah,
I'm feeling that. Now
I can't believe this, dude. You going to In-N-Out and getting a burger, and then going to McDonald's to get fries.
Well, I don't do it anymore, but I did for a while. Remember, I used to live right there on Penmar.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd get in, I'd go to the Costco, and I'd loop back around, and I'd pass McDonald's on the way. I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to get some fries.
Yeah.
Now two things that California turned me on that I was like, I'm not sure I'll ever like them, and now I really do like them. Two West Coast things that you don't have where I'm from. In-N-Out fries, I came around on. Red Vines, I came around on. I was like, when I was here, I was like, what are these fucking weird soapy Twizzlers? Now I'm like kind of in Red Vines.
Red Vines?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't think it would happen.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Now I go to the movies. I'm like, yeah, I'll take some Red Vines.
I mean, I'm drinking kombucha. So
kombucha.
Why do I always say kombucha? Like it's Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Kombucha, Cam Newton. Look at these. Look at this amazing koozie.
Kombucha is the only thing douchier than Cam Newton. You should make kombucha, and the top should just be really shitty hats.
You see his outfit after they lost again?
Yeah, that's like the downside of doing that. You took an L, you got to go give a fucking press conference with no shirt on underneath. He was rocking the Andy Ruther, like the Andy Ruther V-neck, no T-shirt look.
Whoa! I'm rocking it tonight. Look, buddy.
So you just don't have anything on under that?
No, just a V-neck, buddy.
You don't even have like a wife beater style undershirt.
Why would I? It's a lovely V-neck, courtesy of our friends at Flag and Anthem. I mean, come on, it looks good.
I've never known anybody that wore just a sweater on nothing.
I do it all the time.
I know.
I go rogue. That's how I do it. All right, you ready to get this show going?
This should be the thing. 3 questions in the pre-show. I like it.
Okay. Let's see here. Everyone's debating the best fries now. There's a big debate going on in the comment section.
And some of them are probably right. I'm not I do not call myself a fry aficionado.
Okay, let's go back to sports real quick. From Daniel Schrader, was Ayton the wrong pick?
Yeah. Yes, he was.
DeAndre Ayton?
Yeah. Didn't everybody know that before it even happened? like during the tournament when Arizona was doing well, and they're like, Arizona's doing well, and Arizona's got the number 1 pick.
No, they got knocked out right away last year.
But prior to that, like they were doing well, right?
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah,
and
yeah.
he was doing well, and
Yeah.
didn't they win the Pac-12 tournament or something like that? And he like dominated.
So who should have been the number 1 pick?
Doncic, yeah.
I never seen
And everybody had that the whole time, and then in the last like 3 weeks before the tournament or before the draft, they went Ayton.
You ever see his mom, Doncic's mom?
No.
MILF.
Really? Super MILF?
Bro. Former model MILF.
Wow. I like it.
Like 45, 50, I don't know. What is he? He's a young buck, right?
Yeah, he's 19.
Yeah. It's very good looking. Good question. One last thing from Jay Lloyd. NFL broadcast live anytime soon. I was going to ask you this. I'll just ask live on air.
Okay.
What about us calling Sunday Night Football, Rams Bears this week? And we'll kind of make that a podcast / live YouTube Sunday Night Football. Are you in town?
I am in town. I'm trying to think if I have anything for Sunday. So wait, how does this work? We will do a live broadcast and then we'll roll right into a podcast? Or
Yeah.
It'll be one?
Yeah, I was thinking, so for the audio part of the podcast,
yeah,
I can do some little editing magic with the audio. I'm sure we're going to cover that day's games during the broadcast, right?
Sure.
That way afterwards we can cover non-NFL stuff, and then you could be out of here, I don't know.
At a reasonable hour.
Yeah, by 9:30.
Let's do it.
It's official. You heard it. Thanks, Jay Lloyd, for the reminder. Sunday, we will be doing our own version of broadcasting the Rams at the Bears. So you can mute my boy Cris Collinsworth and Al Michaels and hear Joe Prano and myself call the game live here on YouTube.
Just like Cris Collinsworth and Al Michaels, though, our broadcast will also have one drunk and one person that was born with lady parts.
I stopped drinking. Oh, and real quick, before we go live, good call, Nick D'Alessandro. He said, tell everyone to drop a like on this stream. Dude, Nick knows what he's doing. He's dusting.
That's our YouTube manager there, Nick D'Alessandro.
Edits the videos, and everybody drop a like right fucking now.
And also, like, tell people we're now doing a new thing. 3 questions in the pre-show.
Yeah.
I come up with great ideas all the time.
Yeah. You should be more vocal, Prano.
There's no on-off button on the Genius machine. You know what I mean? It just comes when it comes.
That game sounds like a snooze fest. What kind of comment is that?
Somebody who does not
Rams?
Somebody that does not watch American football, apparently.
A great offensive team versus a great defensive team?
Let's shame that person.
Zach Mann said that game sounds like a snooze fest.
Maybe he's trolling? Troll or moron?
Or, hold on, I could be corrected. Or was he talking about Vikings versus Russell Wilson?
Why would he be?
There was a comment above that.
Got it. Bears
Rams will be a good one.
I think if Trubisky's playing, for sure, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so drop us some likes, guys. All right, let's get our real show started.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast. I am your host, Andy Ruther, coming to you live from Venice Beach, California, in the Smut Studio with my co-host, Joey No Chill Prano.
Hello, Andy.
The Smut Studio is looking good tonight.
Now, what's happening here? We've got the 2 TV action. We've got the Lakers San Antonio game on the bottom one. On the top one, just a static shot of the Brooklyn Bridge.
Well,
and Brooklyn and Manhattan bridges with the time.
What
goes up there?
We're going to put whatever I want up there for Google Chromecast.
Got it.
Well, especially when we do NFL lines. I know you're blind.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll help you. Probably not.
I could put on I brought my glasses this time, so.
It's good. It's good. We just did an excellent pre-show, Joe.
I don't like to wear them the whole show when we have these new fancy lights because they give a reflection and, all of the energy's in the eyes.
Yeah.
When I tell people to kill themselves, I want them to know I'm talking to them. I saw the Russian robot, Dustonian, got suspended from Twitter for telling somebody to kill themselves.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. I'm going to go full Charles Barkley here and say, I am not a role model.
How far has Twitter come? I mean, just a couple years ago, you could see full-fledged
Penetration.
Yes, I was just going to say penetration. You could see any types of pornography.
Now, if you're a Russian robot, you can't even tell people to kill themselves without getting kicked off.
I hate that, man. The one thing that Twitter had that I always loved, that Facebook didn't have, that Instagram didn't have, was the Wild West. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
Nothing mattered. Why do they care? Why do they care? Like,
because then some kid can just go on there and start following porn stars and then, like, just go to school and be like, guys, this is a stream of penetration.
They can do that on their phone regardless. They just go to Pornhub.
Yeah, but then, like, if your mom checks your browser, you went to Pornhub, like, a lot of ways to get caught doing that. Now you're just on Twitter. You just have a private Twitter account and you just only follow porn stars. You're just some kid who's like...
If you think they should have porn on Twitter, put a thumbs up emoji in the comment section. I mean, come on. It's ridiculous.
Some kid's just walking around 4th grade. His @name is @coolest_kid in school. He's like, that's a penis and a vagina. Kid's like, what's happening?
My brother was texting me today. We're laughing about my nephew, that he loves the vacuum cleaner and he loves the Swiffer. So my brother's joking like, oh, yeah, I'll just let you. He's going to be a great cleaner. He's 1.5. And then we were talking about the TV and if it's bad for kids, blah, blah, blah. And I realized I have 7 years worth of Playboy subscriptions.
Yeah.
7 years in my closet. And I said, well, I'm his godfather. I said, well, I got something that'll distract him instead of watching TV. Let's just put Playboys in front of him, even though he's only 1.5, right?
Right.
And my brother was like, no. He's going to have to earn it like we had to. And I thought of your joke. He's like, he's going to have to. My brother literally texted. He's like, he's going to have to find it somewhere, like in the woods.
Yeah.
You can't just give him Playboy's rug.
No, I agree.
What if that would be a funny sketch where the dad doesn't mind that the kid has pornography. He just can't go on the internet to find it.
Yeah.
He has to
have an old-fashioned way. He's like, you're only allowed to have porn that's available in a way that was available when I was a kid.
Always that one guy who has it, though, right? There's the one friend.
The kid puts on his, like, fucking headlamp, his goggles, and he's going out. He's dumpster diving.
It's like Goonies, but for porn.
Yeah. He's getting arrested, stealing from, like, a convenience store.
One-Eyed Willie died with his hand.
Guy's like, we don't keep porn here no more. Porn available on the internet. You get out. You want Pepsi Cola? You go to the fridge. You want porn? You go to the internet.
The skeleton of One-Eyed Willie is his hand on his cock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, as much as I want to talk about that stuff, we got a lot going on in the sports world. But before we do that, Joe, I do want to say you have okayed me going to see half of Insane Clown Posse January 15th.
Yeah, I don't even know why you asked me.
At Whiskey A Go-Go.
As long as you're going, as long as some member of Insane Clown Posse is performing and you're in Insane Clown Posse makeup, that's good enough for me.
So they will be.
Also, you have to go to Whiskey A Go. So you have to walk fucking Sunset Boulevard in clown makeup.
How many LA people do you think will be in that stuff? There'll be a crowd out here.
In the makeup?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand how the fucking.
So Violent J, half of Insane Clown Posse, and some other guys performing.
Okay.
So it's going to be all juggalos.
Isn't Insane Clown Posse just two guys?
Yeah. It's
not really much of a posse.
Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope. I'm looking it up right now.
Sure. Yeah, I've watched Howard Stern.
So yeah. So there you heard it, guys. January 15th.
If you want to join them, Whiskey A Go-Go.
Whiskey A Go-Go on the famed Sunset Boulevard. I will be going. And also, we're watching NBA. We're watching the Lakers, so I might as well bring up this bet. I announced it on Twitter and on their podcast, of course, but we have an official bet, or I do, with Sam Tripoli from Punch Drunk Sports. Lakers, Clippers, who will go farther?
Well, this potentially hurts your bet, although I saw on the rundown you don't like Brandon Ingram.
I don't like Brandon Ingram.
But he looks like he's down. I don't know if he rolled an ankle or if it's more serious. You'd think if it was more serious, he'd be. Ooh, came down on somebody's foot.
Oh, that's not good.
That's a roll for sure. Doesn't look like it's a whole lot more than that.
Well, before we get to Brandon Ingram, basically this is the bet. Who will go farther in the playoffs, Lakers or Clippers.
Now, you told me, okay, tell them how the bet all ends up.
Lakers or Clippers, who will go farther? The loser has to wear a personalized no means no number 8 Kobe Bryant jersey to a Laker game at the Staples Center.
Which I love. Love this.
It's my idea. I thought it was a good one.
Now, Sam, I'm sure it was Sam, came in over the top with, like, if the Lakers get an all-star. But, like, what's an all-star? Like, Tyson Chandler was an all-star. Like, if they get like Vince Carter down the stretch, is he going to be like?
No, I think it's a current, because I made the assumption. I go, are we talking, God, why is his name forgetting me? From the Pelicans. Are we talking
Anthony Davis?
Yeah, Anthony Davis.
Well, sure.
And he's like, no, I'm talking like an all-star, a current all-star.
Well, Anthony Davis is a current all-star.
Yeah. So, I don't know. The bet, you could tell he didn't want to do the bet.
Right.
Which is fine. I wouldn't want to do it either. Because he knows deep down.
Yeah.
The Lakers have.
But, like, if they get, like, Kyle Korver, you're good, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
He's a shooting specialist.
Right. I mean, he was an all-star at one point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that the fucking, I don't know.
But here's the interesting thing about that bet. I was discussing it with your manager, Randy, yesterday, and we were saying, if you wear a no means no jersey, number 8, we were saying, are people going to talk shit? Because then you look like an asshole sticking up for rape.
Yeah.
So we were kind of having this discussion in her car.
You've seen Kobe Bryant fans on Twitter, right?
No, I have, but I'm saying
they stick up for rape all the time.
But I'm saying in person, if I'm in the concession or Sam's in the concession.
That's not cool, man. And you're going to be like, what's not cool? Like, he was never even charged. He was never found guilty. She settled. You're like, oh, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, you're defending a rapist at the concession line at Staples Center?
Yeah, that's going to be. I love it. I want to come. I'll be like, this guy, right? Am I right? I mean, this is a bet that'll also happen next year unless you get playoff tickets, you know?
Oh, no. I already told Tripoli I'd buy the jersey.
Right.
Like, I'd buy, if I win the bet, I'll buy him the no means no jersey.
Right.
I have no problem doing that.
Yeah.
Because I want to own one.
But I'm saying to find out who goes farther, like, this won't happen until
April
next season. Unless, like, the Clippers get knocked out in the first round and you buy second round playoff tickets on top of it.
Oh, yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. You're like, we're thusting this.
I'll make it work.
We're thusting Sam get his head kicked in.
I'll make it work. And Joe,
defenders.
That brings up a great point. Where would I get those tickets?
I would go to SeatGeek personally.
Yeah, I think that's what I would do. I'd hop on SeatGeek. Best tickets available. You can see exactly where you're sitting. I was looking at tickets on SeatGeek actually for Clippers because I was talking to Sam about that. Clippers are cheap. I've said this before on the show. Obviously, we're going to go on SeatGeek and get tickets to a Lakers game. But if we want to catch a couple Clippers games, you got to go on SeatGeek. Guys, if you haven't used SeatGeek, it's the best app for any live event. So download it right now. Best of all you guys get $10 off your first SeatGeek purchase. Joe's on SeatGeek right now. He's so excited.
I am actually.
He's on looking for tickets for Lakers games. So just download the SeatGeek app and enter promo code DIRTY today. That's promo code DIRTY for $10 off your first SeatGeek purchase. SeatGeek, life's an event. We have the tickets. Okay. Brandon Ingram, let's talk about him. I'm not a fan.
What does that mean?
This is what this means. I do not think Brandon Ingram will develop into what you should be as a top 3 pick. That's what it means.
A lot of people don't.
I agree.
Develop into what you should be as a top 3 pick. Like, he is how old at this point?
He's a young kid. He's probably 21, 22. But here's my thing on Brandon.
21.
Here's my thing on Brandon Ingram. If you look at his numbers, and I've watched him play, obviously, this is his 3rd year. If you take the main 3 things, right? Or let's just the categories. Let's say points, assists, rebounds. And then shooting obviously comes into play with all that, with points. What does Brandon Ingram excel at?
But here's the thing. He is doing it in the NBA at 21 years old. So what he's doing in those categories is more than what Michael Jordan did at that age, because Michael Jordan was playing college basketball. He's 21 years old. He's also clearly was selected and knowingly selected as a project player. Not that he's doesn't have tons of skill already, but he's a 6'9", 21-year-old. Now, to compare him to the likes of, a Kevin Durant, or even obviously Luka comes out right away and he's doing it at 19. But there are sure things and there are whatever. I'm not saying that he's going to end up being an NBA All-Star. I'm not saying that by any means. But if he's a contributor in the NBA.
But that's a low bar then for me. We're talking All-Star. My opinion is, if you're a top 3 pick, dude, by year 3, you're not where you should be. You're just not.
If you're not an All-Star?
Yeah.
That's ludicrous.
Okay, then maybe I set the expectation too high.
Especially if you're taken out of school after your freshman year. Because think about it. Think about the top 3. So the NBA All-Star teams have 15 guys on them. They aren't the top 3 picks from the last 5 years. Right?
So there's 15 guys in the All-Star team.
Yeah. Okay, so we're talking about they're not all the top 3 picks from the last even 10 years. There are guys it's hard to be an NBA All-Star. I don't even think there's 15 guys on the All-Star team. There's probably 12.
Well, I just think, take the All-Star thing out of it. I just think I don't see him developing
into what? A superstar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or even a 20-point a game guy. My thing is, he doesn't shoot the best. So where are you at? Again, that's my point. It's not like he's a great passer.
He's not
a great rebounder.
He's not a good shooter. He's not a poor shooter.
So you like Ingram?
I'm of the opinion he's 21 years old, and I'm like, okay.
I'm of the opinion if they had trade offers for other people, get fucking rid of Ingram. Because a lot of rumors were that Magic and the Lakers didn't want to trade Ingram. That's why I'm saying
right. Okay. But it's all about who you trade him for. People gave up on Michael Beasley, who was the number 2 overall pick. He ended up fucking playing in China. There's no doubt about it. Michael Beasley is an NBA contributor.
Yeah, but
he could have been the whole time.
He's still a bust for a number 2 pick.
Right, but he was a bust because people were like, oh, he's a bust. And there were some personal issues and whatever, but he has the skill and the talent. No doubt about it, to have done it. So it's sometimes it's a matter of just taking the talent and making it right. I mean, look, you can say Brandon Ingram isn't where you think he should be right now, but to watch him and be he's a bust. To me, that's crazy at this. A lot of guys have not been where, at 21 years old.
But also a lot of guys have. Maybe that's why I'm looking at it.
Yeah, and those guys are who?
Giannis.
So you're talking about potentially the next greatest player in the NBA?
Well,
that's a high bar.
Well, I think Brandon Ingram obviously has LeBron James, so he has a catalyst to kind of, catapult his career at a quicker rate. I'm just saying, especially if LeBron had not come here, I don't know. There were rumors involving trades with Brandon Ingram and maybe some other pieces in the Lakers for a Paul George. I'd much rather have that.
Well, you'd rather have an established adult NBA All-Star than Brandon Ingram?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. There was rumors. There was a lot of rumors that some of these trades with guys of that caliber weren't coming here because they didn't want to get rid of Ingram because they're all. My thing is, a lot of these teams, they hold on to these guys. Well, they're going to develop. Then they're going to develop. So you're telling me a Brandon Ingram type guy might just suddenly flourish in his 5th or 6th year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he becomes an adult. But Brandon Ingram is, for one thing, super skinny.
Sure. He needs to eat.
Yeah. He's got to become an adult. That's what he's got to become. He's 21.
I don't know. I just feel like they need to get somebody. I'd replace, this is me, if I'm calling the shots, if it's feasible. I replace Brandon Ingram with somebody else.
Yeah, but you're like the Brandon Ingram for Paul George trade. That's like, oh yeah, the whoever was offering, the Rockets were offering 5 first-rounders for Jimmy Butler. It's like, who are you trading him for? That's what I want to know. And I'll tell you if it's a good trade. I
mean, DeMar DeRozan is more of a guard.
Yeah.
But even somebody like him, I'd rather have him than Ingram.
You're naming established NBA All-Stars.
Yeah, I know. I know I am. But I think he's viewed as this huge piece.
Would you rather have Danilo Gallinari
than Brandon Ingram? Yeah, I would.
Long term. I'm a Gallinari fan, by the way, but I'm just trying to think of somebody who's like not really an all-star.
Gallinari's having a great year, by the way.
I know. Not really an all-star, playing really well, back issues. He's already he's been in the league 8 years.
Probably 27, 28.
Yeah, he's been in the league 8 years.
LeBron's only going to be – LeBron is in his prime.
I'm saying if 8 years from now or 5 more years from now, he's Gallinari, like – I'm not saying he is. I like Gallinari. I've always been a Gallinari fan. He should read Sarno and be an all-star.
Yeah.
But it's just, for some guys it takes a while. A lot of times it's the guys who are the freshman freaks. It's like that's how. Look at all those guys.
Well, let me ask you about another player then too. That maybe you might be, Ruther, you're too quick to judge him too. Andrew Wiggins. You were the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
Dude, you're the number 1 overall. You have to be a fucking star if you're the number 1 overall pick.
But it doesn't always work out that way.
I know it doesn't, but but if you're the number 1 overall pick, you got to be a really good player, man. Andrew Wiggins has not parlayed being a number 1 overall pick into the NBA.
No, I agree with that. But he's also, he's just not an alpha scorer. He's a pretty good wing defender.
Sure.
But he's not like, yeah. The thing is, it's like, you don't want to make I don't think Andrew Wiggins was a bust. He's not Michael Olowokandi. You know what I mean?
He's not Anthony Bennett. I know.
But that's the way it goes. And also you get guys at the 10th pick or Steph Curry was picked 7th?
Sure.
9th? Some shit like that,
Yeah,
right?
I think he was 7th.
Yeah.
No, I understand. Evaluating talent.
But it's
not easy.
But you just got to get a guy who's going to contribute for a long time, and then that's a win. And then if he becomes a superstar, now you got a fucking bonus. You know what I mean? That's why last year when they were talking about Luka, that's why I was so quick in the pre-show in our new 3-question pre-show that we do.
Oh, this is new.
Yeah.
Like you want to do a 3-question pre-show every episode.
Yeah,
now.
Why not? Get
YouTube exclusive.
Yeah, we did it. Somebody asked, was 8 in the wrong pick? And I said, yeah. And it's easy. It's easy to answer that now because the Mavs got a sure thing. And everybody was talking about Luka being a sure thing. And they got a sure thing. So some drafts, there's sure thing guys. And they're going to be a sure thing. And you're like, this guy's a sure thing. It's not a question mark. We're taking him. We were right. That's a great year to be the guys who have the number 1 overall pick. And then there's other times where you're like, fuck, I don't know. Should we take this guy? Is he a sure thing? Is he not a sure thing? Last year, everybody agreed for the draft. Luka was a sure thing. Now,
but I also heard that DeAndre Ayton was a sure thing.
No one said that. Because
Jay Billis did for sure.
Well, Jay Billis is a fucking idiot then. Because, again, you're taking a guy who has, like Brandon Ingram, size and skill that if improved on can translate into, if he was a sure thing, he'd be a sure thing. Right? That's how it works. Do you remember Shaquille O'Neal coming in the NBA?
Sure thing.
He came in. He started ripping down backboards.
Yes.
He started winning championships. Like, he was a sure thing. Everybody's like, he's a sure thing. And then he came in and was fucking dominating. Like, Jay Billis can say he was a sure thing, but if he's a sure thing, then he'd be a sure thing.
Yeah.
And he's not. Shaq was drafted 1 overall because they sucked onto the Orlando Magic. I know the Phoenix Suns are in a down, trend here, but he was on the Magic. He came in, started dominating.
Well, him and Penny together.
Well, Shaq dominated fucking year 1. Penny joined him. Shaq was banging on people.
No,
year
I
1.
know. I'm not taking anything away from Shaq. I'm saying,
where's my DeAndre Ayton backboard rippings?
Well, come on, Joe. I mean, we're not going to compare. Shaq is a once in a lifetime.
That's what I'm saying.
Player.
That's what I'm saying. Sure thing. That I'm actually arguing against you in saying it's very hard to have it. Just because you have the number 1 overall pick doesn't mean that there's a sure thing there.
Well, I want to bring up this article I read today. I skimmed through it on Bleacher Report from Rick Bucher, claiming, I found this very interesting. The title is, "Why Doesn't Anyone Want to Play with LeBron Anymore?" And basically, the synopsis of the article is that stars, we're just talking about the Kawhi Leonards, the Paul Georges of the world, do not want to be second fiddle to LeBron.
Right.
And there's some interesting quotes in here from, of all people, Kevin Durant.
Right.
He says, "It depends on what kind of player you are. If you're Kyle Korver, then it makes sense. Kyle in Atlanta was the bulk of the offense, even though he's not a number 1 option and not even close. So his talents benefit more from a guy who can pass and penetrate and get him the ball. If you're a younger player like Kawhi, trying to get him with LeBron doesn't really make sense. Kawhi enjoys having the ball in his hands, controlling the offense, dictating the tempo with his post-ups, blah, 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 etc." Would you agree or disagree that the stars do not want to play with LeBron?
I think the stars don't want to play with others. I think the majority of the time, a star doesn't want to be there. That these guys who think that they're the alpha dog on a team don't want to go somewhere where there's a question mark about who's the alpha.
But
that, which always brings you back to how the greatest team ever was formed. Kevin Durant and Steph both have little bitch boy tendencies and play together. Because Steph's the fan favorite, and Steph has the crazy games, and Steph has the 2 MVPs, but Kevin Durant comes in, and he gets the finals MVPs, and it all works out for all them, and then Clay could do his thing, and Draymond could talk shit. Look, it's a great situation, but I think that Kyrie leaving Cleveland was more about Kyrie than it was about LeBron. I think...
Well, they talk about that in the article.
Yeah. I think Paul George not wanting to, play with, but he's with Russell Westbrook.
But here's what I think about these guys. It's funny because social media would tell you a different tale. Everyone would say, "Oh, it's just stars teaming up." Or the idiot who hasn't watched basketball in 10 years, it's terrible basketball and it's just stars teaming up. Well, that's actually not true. But I don't think these guys see long-term, a lot of them. Here's what I'm going to say this. If you look at those Bulls teams, right, Prano? We know all those players. I'm talking like the side piece of the side piece. You and I can sit there and reel off the fucking Judd Bushlers to fucking Craig Hodges to Steve Kerr to Bill Wennington. We know those rosters. Even a guy like me who did not grow up in an NBA town at all, I know the Bulls rosters, right? So my argument is this to these guys who don't want to play with LeBron. Do you want to try to get championships because you're going to be known? Or do you just want to be the star of a shit team?
I mean, I think it's a lot of different things. I think it's about getting paid. I think it's about getting your sneaker. I think it's about being the face of a franchise. I think it's a lot of different things. But the idea that, it's kind of crazy to make the claim that stars don't want to play with LeBron when every single former all-star vet that becomes available immediately goes to LeBron.
Tyson Chandler.
Look at all the years. How many, we can go back. I mean, Ray Allen, fucking
Mike Miller.
Tyson Chandler, Kyle Korver. Like every team he's been on has gotten a guy that showed up and was like, oh, holy shit, they got that guy now. To say, like, okay, who are the prime star, like in their prime stars, superstars that are playing together? The Warriors, the Rockets, really? Is that like a thing? Like, Chris Paul was cast aside. They traded him.
Sixers, Boston, you got some stars playing together.
But I'm saying, who's joined forces? Who was like, I want to play with Joel Embiid?
You're talking via free agency.
Via a decision. Yeah, via deciding to team up. Russell Westbrook and Paul George. I mean, it was a trade, and then he decided to stay.
Yeah.
Okay. How's that going, by the way? Them and Carmelo Anthony, they're playing well this year. Thank God Carmelo Anthony left. But, like, is that the move? If you're Paul George, you really think it's in your best interest to say, I'd rather play with Russell Westbrook? That's your move? Seems like the question is, Paul George might think he's the alpha there.
No, you don't think Paul George thinks that? You think he thinks that?
I don't know. Maybe it's a Kevin Durant, Steph Curry situation. I think what happens a lot is, like, where is somebody decided to go who is a superstar that is playing with a bigger superstar? Or a bigger star. They're like, I'm going there even though I know he's bigger than I am. Where does that happen?
I guess the bigger question is, where has that happened throughout the history?
Yeah, it's happened in Miami.
Miami? I mean, you can't really use any of those Bulls teams as examples.
No, you can't really use that Boston team as an example because, like,
what about Clyde Drexler joining the Houston Rockets?
I mean,
was he past his prime at that point?
Mostly, but also, like, Hakeem was, like, fucking winning the MVP.
Sure, good point.
Right?
Yeah.
So, like, wasn't he the MVP the year before, or was it?
I don't know.
I think he was.
Well, regardless, Brandon Ingram, get rid of him.
Look, I'm not. I have not made any decision on Brandon Ingram whatsoever yet, other than, like, yeah, he's 21. Show me, like, would it be nice if he was showing you a little bit more at 21? Sure, but
yeah, I get you. You think I win this bet with Tripoli?
Yeah, probably. Because I think the Clippers are just likely to play a good brand of basketball, but come playoff time, it's who's got the biggest star.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you what, I talked to Tripoli the other night on some exclusive NBA version of Punch Drunk. I think it was on his Patreon or something like that. You know who's undefeated? Is Jerry West, man. That guy fucking turns teams around.
Yeah.
That guy shows up, he's turning your team around. I mean, how many times does this guy have to do it? Lakers, Memphis, Golden State, Clippers? The Clippers were on their deathbed. They're tied for first in the West. Took them like 6 weeks. And Tripoli and I were talking about it, what he did, which was, I don't know if he did it on purpose, but obviously they took the GM reins away from Doc Rivers. I don't think Doc Rivers is a great coach. I've been pretty open about that. They've almost left him with a roster that he's unable to fuck up. Like, he's unable to fuck up the rotations because everybody's, like, this level of serviceable.
Yeah.
It's not like, hey, put my kid in for 40 minutes. Like, no, what are you doing?
He's not on the team anymore.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They got rid of the guys who he just decided were going to be, like, his go-tos. Everybody now is, like, this, like, medium level of good.
Can I say a take that I know I'm going to get murdered for?
Sure.
Who's the Clippers play-by-play TV guy? He's been doing it forever.
I don't know.
He goes, bingo. You know, like that's his
Yeah,
phrase instead of yes, Marv Albert. I'm not a fan.
Is that you're gonna get crucified for that?
Well, because he's been doing it forever. I can just hear Chris Wilde somewhere losing his mind.
We'll have to have him on the Christmas show.
Who's their play-by-play guy?
We can officially book Chris Wilde for the Christmas NBA Spectacular, right? So he can drop his Christmas album.
Maybe.
Very Christmas Wild.
He has a Christmas album?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah. I think he's a quarter of the way done. I love Chris Wilde. I think I've made that very clear.
No, I've never noticed.
I'm such a huge Chris Wilde fan.
Who's the Clippers play-by-play guy?
I don't know. Bingo was his name-o, though. God, why am I getting 1 million texts during our podcast?
Ignore them, dude.
I know, but I have a lot going on.
No, you're on a fucking show right now. Ignore them. Why can't you just ignore them?
I have business.
This is fucking business,
All right,
bro.
so find out who does bingo, and then I'll get back to you.
Is that your fucking manager?
Yes.
Does she know you're doing a podcast right now?
I don't think so, but I'm going to tell her.
Tell her, I am doing a podcast right now. Who the fuck? Ralph Lawler.
Yeah.
Enters his final season. This is his final year as the Clippers play-by-play guy. Let's see how long old Ralph has been doing it. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Not a fan of old Ralph. Because he's kind of a cheddar dick. I'll just be honest. He's 80 years old. I mean, I kind of feel bad calling an 80-year-old man a cheddar dick.
Nah, a lot of 80-year-old men are cheddar dicks.
But he's kind of a cheddar dick. I mean, holy shit. He goes back to the San Diego Clippers days.
Is he related to Jerry the King Lawler?
It's a good question. These are his catchphrases. Bingo. Bank shot bingo. +1. Oh me, oh my. The lob, the jam.
Look at that, says Andy.
Bingo mama.
That's my bingo mama keychain. It's actually not mine. It's my lady's, but
Wedgie? These are according to Wikipedia, these are some of his catchphrases. My computer, like mine, tells me that's.
Yeah. Who's watching Clippers games with the fucking sound on?
Well, I did tonight, mistakenly.
Yeah. I watch almost no basketball with the sound on. I mean, I watch Knicks basketball with the sound on.
It's him and Corey Maggette, just so you know.
Wow. Thank God I've never watched a Clippers game with the sound on. Should be Chris Wilde. Solo, like Vin Scully.
God, you have such a man crush.
I'm just such a fan.
Such a man crush. Okay, and the last NBA thing I do want to cover is the latest from Markelle Fultz. This is so funny to me. He is now diagnosed with thoracic outlet syndrome.
Yeah.
Also known as
TMS.
Yes. According to the Mayo Clinic, thoracic outlet syndrome is a group of disorders.
He didn't go to the actual Mayo Clinic, though. He went to a clinic filled with mayonnaise because who the fuck is giving him this stupid syndrome diagnosis?
Maybe.
All right, welcome to Hellman's. Turns out you're a bitch. Like, what? Rub some Miracle Whip on it and get out of here.
Maybe that would help his game if he just ate tons of mayonnaise.
It's not going to hurt his game.
I mean, seriously. Maybe.
Now that's a bust.
Markelle Fultz?
That's what a bust looks like, Andy.
That's a bust.
Guy can't play, can't shoot.
Going to the Mayo Clinic.
His free throws look like Charles Barkley hitting a drive. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, are you sword fighting somebody?
Well, this is what thoracic outlet syndrome is. It's a group of disorders that occur when a blood vessel or nerves in the space between your collarbone and your first rib are compressed. This can cause pain in your shoulders and neck and numbness in your fingers. None of these are relevant to him, so I don't know why they chose this one. Let me continue. Common causes of thoracic outlet syndrome include physical trauma from a car accident, repetitive injuries from job or sports-related activities, certain anatomical defects, such as having an extra rib. What?
I mean, these are ridiculous.
These are absurd. And pregnancy. I didn't even get to that one. And pregnancy.
Might be the issue. It's just making me think, did Jack Nicholson and Easy Rider have that when he was all, Nick? Can we get somebody? Can Nick D'Alessandro or somebody who's able to put Markelle Fultz on Jack Nicholson and Easy Rider? Like Nick, swamp.
No, I want to go one further. Can we get a video of Jack Nicholson, like his head, put it on Markelle Fultz shooting a free throw?
Oh, even better.
Right?
Yeah. The reverse. Both work.
Whose idea was this? Who was the guy on the Sixers or on Markelle Fultz's team who said,
his agent?
We got to come up with something.
Yeah, his agent. His agent was like, we need an excuse for this.
Dr. Seuss's Thorax.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, what are we talking about here? Why can't we just admit it? I'm sure it's tough. You just said it. He's a bust. I know it sucks.
Well,
but why can't we just say, look, dude, I have mental problems. I got to fix them.
That's the thing is like.
Once you admit it, that's the first step.
Like being a bust physically isn't any worse than being a bust mentally, right? Like I get that some things are out of your control, but don't just like go see a fucking sports psychologist. Go see Dr. Schechter.
Yeah. See my boy Shechty. Old Shechty will help you. I don't think that's his nickname, but I just gave it to him. Old Shechty.
I mean, Schefter is Shefty. Schechter has got to be Shechty.
Yeah. I'm going to send him a message actually tomorrow. I'm going to ask him. He's like, dude, I'm busy with patients. Yeah. Like, yo, what do you think of Markelle Fultz?
Have you thought about having Markelle Fultz as a patient? He was the number 2 overall pick.
He could probably pay
number
you some
1
money.
Overall, wasn't he? Was he 1 overall? Yeah.
They picked Ben Simmons, then him?
No, it was 2 different drafts.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like back-to-back years.
I think maybe.
Right?
I just spit all over this. I think I did.
Markelle Fultz, number 1. We should know this, Prano.
I think he was the number 1 overall
Come on,
pick.
we should know this. Yeah, number 1 overall pick.
Well, there's a lot of trades in that draft, if you recall.
I blame his hair, too. I'm not feeling his new hair. Go back to the flat top, bro. But it's just a disaster.
He can't. The flat top was weighing down his head, which was giving him a neck thing.
Which was connected to his ribs.
Yeah. My flat top's connected to my rib bones. Rib bones connected to my free throws. Free throws connected to my contract. My contract's going out the window.
I knew you were going to go there with that. I'm like, please let Prano go there with that. Well, that is our NBA news of this week.
We usually don't even start NBA till Christmas, till a very Christmas wild episode.
That's not true. We've been covering it all year.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding. What else we got?
Well, we got lots of stuff, Joe. One, Urban Meyer is retiring.
I've heard of him.
Have you heard of him?
If he's retiring again?
Yeah.
How many times has he retired? Has he retired more than Michael Jordan?
So he retired
from Florida,
and then he instantly, a few months later, decided to sign a contract with ESPN. He was a color commentator the next season, college football. Then, did he retire again before Ohio State?
So he's retiring from college football, or is he retiring from football entirely? Is he retiring from college football to become the Packers coach, or is he retiring from college football to take a year off and become the USC coach?
I would hedge my bets toward USC.
Okay.
There's no way Clay Helton is going to be the USC coach for too many years. Dude, this is so ridiculous. What's even more ridiculous are the dumb Ohio fanboys who are defending a guy who covers up domestic abuse and also are defending, guys, his health. Is it really that bad? Is it so bad that he can't coach? There is no fucking way. I want to see.
Well, he already retired for it once and then came back and coached.
Yeah.
So what the fuck are we talking about?
I have to read this statement from Cris Carter. Because, of course,
Come on, man.
This is what Cris Carter said on First Things First.
I don't think that's the name of the show.
It is.
First Things First?
Fox Sports 1, First Things First. He wants to coach, but physically he can't. But he just did all season.
Right.
Anyway, he can't do this anymore. Urban Meyer is a good man, and he's had a tremendous impact on young people. He's had a tremendous impact on young people. He can't do this anymore. I think it's been well documented. This is what they keep saying, as for the cyst on his brain. By the way, does he have the same medical doctor as Markelle Fultz? Listen to this medical diagnosis. When he gets agitated, upset, when he gets in coaching mode, it becomes almost impossible for him to coach because the cyst begins to leak fluid, which leads to not a migraine headache.
Who said this?
But a splitting headache. This is all from Cris Carter.
No.
So his cyst only acts up when he's 4th and goal?
Well, there are symptoms when there are some symptoms that occur when he's not coaching. When he's less stressed, the cyst. So what happens is, because the cyst is on his brain, your eye is right next to your brain. It's like basically attached. So the cyst actually pushes on his eye as it begins to stop swelling. When he's not in coaching mode, it actually pushes on the back of his eye, making it unable to see clear as day digital pictures of a woman who has been beat up by his assistant coach.
Oh.
Yeah. So it also affects his orbital socket.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So now.
But then when it swells, it kind of like goes up.
Yeah.
But then when it stops swelling, it comes down and then it goes right in his eye.
So we know why he never saw those text messages.
Right. Because that wasn't when he was in coaching mode. But that was when it was ballooning down.
Does this also affect his hearing? Because his wife received tons of text messages with pictures of domestic abuse, and I'm sure she talked to him.
Yeah. No, I don't. I think that's just him being an asshole.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's that one.
Just wanted to make sure on that.
Yeah.
So you got to hear more of this. Cris Carter continues on.
Do I have to hear more of it?
You have to. When we saw him doubled over on the sideline, that was not because of anything else but the cyst and it rupturing. There's a few things potentially that he could do. He could rest. The second one is to have a procedure. When the fuck did Cris Carter become a doctor?
Yeah.
The second one is to have a procedure done where they could relieve the pressure.
Which he'll do next season before he coaches USC. The best doctors for this procedure, Cris Carter continued, the best doctors for this specific procedure are out in Los Angeles. And he's going to see a doctor in Los Angeles. If you're wondering why he's going to Los Angeles in the next couple of weeks, the best fake cyst brain doctor is at, whatever medical.
Well, hold on, Prano. I'm connecting some dots here.
Yeah.
If I recall, and I remember this vividly, because we did this episode in the old Sideshow Network studio, the episode about Cris Carter and the Fall Guy. Cris Carter is Urban Meyer's Fall Guy.
Yeah.
He has a national TV program. First Things First, not the best name, by the way.
Was Cris Carter? Did Cris Carter have a domestic violence thing back in the day? Did he have a domestic violence rap, or he was just a drug addict? He was definitely on drugs.
He was an alcoholic.
Alcoholic. Okay.
Yeah, because he's talked about that. So Cris Carter.
Well, Cris Carter's apparently off the wagon. He's like, here's the thing. The cyst is all over the place. You're like, why are you slurring your words? He's like, I'm not slurring my words. Sis be crazy. Come on, man. Sis be this guy can't be coaching with sis. World star. You're like, what? Why are you yelling world star?
Maybe that would explain why he stole the meme that Jay Lloyd made for us.
Yeah, because he's drunk.
Can we talk about that? We never mentioned that. Jay Lloyd made an amazing...
Title for the episode, the stress of defending Urban Meyer has caused Cris Carter to fall off the wagon. A little long, but I think it'll work.
Actually, it wasn't Jay Lloyd. Excuse me.
It was Charlie.
It was Charlie.
Yeah.
My apologies. You guys both do great.
Charlie.
You guys do both. You guys both do great work. Charlie, so I mix them up. Stole Charlie's meme, and then Cris Carter never even apologized.
Why would he?
He's drunk.
He only apologizes for Urban Meyer. He saved them all for one guy.
It's unbelievable, though. It's Urban Meyer shit.
I was talking to my nurses. Like, why do you have nurses? When I brought him in for an MRI, you're not a doctor, Cris Carter.
Did you look at any of the tweets, though?
No.
When his retirement was announced?
No.
It's very split down the middle. And again, you said this last episode. Guys, you can be a fan of Ohio State. You don't have to act like you're defending a guy who might have covered up a woman getting her ass kicked. Again, he didn't do anything. Nothing happened. The reports found nothing. Like, what are we trying to do here?
Yeah.
Don't be that guy.
Again, the report, all this stuff, what it all comes down to is Urban Meyer is not responsible for what his assistant coach did. I don't believe in this whole thing of like, this guy should know this because he's a coach. The team should have done this to find out. No. We're just talking about, dude, you so clearly lied. Just to people's faces. You're just a dick. You're just a liar and a dick.
But it's not just that. The same thing happened to Florida.
Right.
All that shit went down.
Right.
And he got the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
All this shit's going down in Columbus. He's getting the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
He's going to come to SC. He's going to build them up. But it's not just him. They all do it. Look who's done it. Pete Carroll's done it.
Yeah.
Chip Kelly did it at Oregon. All these coaches do it. They know the shit's about to hit the fan. They get the hell out of Dodge. They take a job somewhere else.
But just be like, just be blatant about it. Pete Carroll wasn't like, I have AIDS. I'm going to the NFL. I got AIDS. You're like, what? Bush did 9/11 and I have AIDS. You're like, why are you saying this? I took the Seahawks job. They have great AIDS doctors. No, they don't. Yes, they do. Matt Hasselbeck had AIDS. Their doctors cured him. I'm going to the Seahawks.
You'll see when they play in the Rose Bowl. You'll hear the announcers.
Yeah.
They're all part of it.
Yeah.
I told you, Gus Johnson was doing that during the Michigan game. An Urban Meyer and his health concerns that he has here. You're like, dude, I don't know anybody who has serious health concerns on the sideline of a football game.
Yeah.
Name one person.
But he already did this, and then he came back. What the fuck are we talking about? Like, how dumb do you have to be? I guess the same amount of dumb to believe that his wife didn't tell him text messages that were sent to her.
Yeah.
But how dumb do you have to be for him to do it a second time? Like, this is some Isaiah Thomas shit. This isn't, you didn't just trade for Eddie Curry. Then you fucking signed Eddie Curry to the max. You know what I mean? Like, can we just, all right, you made a mistake. Just don't do that again. He's like, no, I'm definitely sick. Definitely retiring from football. All right, see you in 2 years.
Will he be coaching in 2 years?
Yes.
I say hell yeah.
Of course he will.
And I like the USC. I think it's going to be USC.
Yeah.
And he'll turn them back into a powerhouse again. And then shit will happen, and then he'll leave.
And then I'll leave. And I'll be like, I have shingles. I got to go. These shingles are crazy.
Urban Meyer, once again, his first job, my high school. There's 6 degrees of old Denty here.
Yeah.
His first job, a defensive back coach. It's even on his Wikipedia. St. Xavier High School. Old Urban.
So, Ruther did Urban Meyer?
But 7-0 against Michigan. They love saying that. 7-0 against Michigan.
Yeah. With assist, bro.
Yeah. XFL, Prano. They announced the 8 cities. One of them
is Jay Cutler playing in the XFL?
One of them is LA.
Because don't care.
You won't go to an XFL game with me?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you will.
Why would I?
Because it'll be a shit show. The cities are.
There's another football league that's starting as well, right?
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
There's another football league?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. Well, the 8 cities, which have the reincarnation of the XFL, which will happen in 2020, will be New York, New Jersey, Dallas, Houston, LA, St. Louis, Seattle, Tampa Bay, and DC. They will play in the StubHub Center out here.
They'll play in the StubHub Center. Okay.
Okay, legit question.
Do they draw more fans than the Chargers?
Yes.
Probably.
Guarantee they do.
Well, I mean, the Chargers are doing okay on selling tickets, right? Just not to their fans.
Yes, I believe that's correct.
So I think the XFL fans, anybody will, just any ticket sales will be good.
What if Urban Meyer came back to coach the XFL?
Yeah.
And they did a whole like WWE thing with it.
I needed an extreme method to get rid of my cyst. Yeah,
you know
he's the Undertaker.
Yeah, I was just gonna
say.
I know
just Urban Meyer grabbing the ropes.
I know we've asked a lot of you guys, our video and Photoshop specialist. Can we get one of Urban Meyer kicking open the coffin like the Undertaker?
Sitting up.
Yeah, with it.
Just like, crushing beer cans, chugging them together.
I'm going to make sure all these happen. What are the ones we need? We need this, and we need, who else do we need?
Jack Nicholson, Markelle Fultz one.
Jack Nicholson, Markelle Fultz, and Urban Meyer coming from the coffin
as the Undertaker
to coach the XFL. Unfucking believable. Yeah. It's not going to last long. I don't know. We'll see.
There's a third. Who's the former Colts? Is it Bill Polian? I think Bill Polian is also starting another football league. Put that in. Put Bill Polian Football League.
Well, I know, according to this article, former NFL coaches John Fox and Jim Caldwell are consultants. Okay. Is that what you're thinking?
No.
For the XFL.
There's a third football league happening. LeBron just had a hammer dunk through the lane, by the way.
Okay. New football league leapfrogs XFL. Jesus Christ.
Told you.
The NFL's developmental league, the AAF. A television film producer and Hall of Fame NFL executive. So it's going to be Bill Polian and Charlie Ebersol, who used to run NBC Sports.
Yeah.
Old Dick Ebersol. Or no. He's the son of Dick Ebersol. Yeah, Charlie.
So he's actually young Dick, not old Dick.
The Alliance of American Football.
Yeah.
Has a February 9th, 2019 launch and a CBS contract.
That's going to be a cuck cam bonanza.
Alliance of American Football. It sounds like a political action committee.
Yeah.
Alliance of Football America?
No, the other way around. But yeah, the Alliance of American Football.
Whatever. I have dyslexia. It offers 3-year, $25,000 player contracts that include an out clause if they get a crack at the NFL.
3-year, $25,000?
There's bonus money for everything from marketing to public appearances, which is where bigger name NFL players, of course, make their money. Oh, this is what I love. This article's from August 10th. They couldn't have been more wrong. Consider New Orleans Saints backup Taysom Hill, who won't play behind Drew Brees this season, but ostensibly could be the face of the Alliance franchise for a year or two. Well, newsflash, he's playing about 15 snaps a game, and he's having a great year. Will Dez Bryant play for this league? Trent Richardson?
No, Dez Bryant is so clearly playing for the XFL. I guarantee he's been signed to a deal already.
Yeah?
To throw up the X. I guarantee you. The thing about the XFL isn't it going to be the super conservative football league? Didn't they do like the opposite of what everybody thought? Everybody's like, they should bring back the XFL where they don't give a fuck if people stand. And
yeah.
And Vince McMahon's like, everybody's going to stand because standing is American.
Yeah.
You can't have a criminal record.
Yeah.
You have to have served on a military base at some point in your life.
The criminal record one, how are they going to get around that?
Yeah. Everybody's quarterback's just going to be some kid from the fucking Coast Guard.
I mean, everybody's got a criminal record.
Yeah. Including Urban Meyer.
But I'm saying, like, I have a criminal record.
Yeah.
You have a criminal record. Everybody has a criminal record. Like, how are you going to get out of that one?
Right. They're going to play really shitty football.
In fact, if you've never had handcuffs around you, I think you're suspect.
Yeah, at least sexually.
Yeah. I haven't had that, actually. Handcuffs in the bedroom?
No?
I don't think I've done that.
Get yourself some handcuffs, bro.
You've been reading that 50 Shades of Dent? What are you reading over there?
No. Man, I was in the handcuffs before that shit was even fucking written.
You were into handcuffs?
I was in handcuffs. I wasn't into.
What kind of girls you dating, Brano?
Some crazy ones back in the day.
Where'd you get handcuffed to?
The bed.
Giving up a lot of control, man, and power.
Yeah.
You worried she was going to do some Basic Instinct shit to you? The thought had to have crossed your mind.
Yeah. Nah, I trusted her. I also trusted I could have kicked her in the face. Shit went down.
You could have Kareem Hunted her.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, bigger question then. Who is Kareem Hunt in the NFL before Urban Meyer is coaching again?
Yeah, because
he'll be on a team next year.
Yeah, and Urban Meyer will take off next year, right?
Yeah, good point. Well, in hockey news, Joe Prano, let's just mow through this. Seattle has been awarded the 32nd NHL franchise.
It's great. Good for them.
Yeah.
I like Seattle. It's a fun city. They stole their basketball team. They sent them to fucking Oklahoma, which is honestly just disrespectful and rude. Good for them. It's basically Vancouver. Like, it's almost Canada. Fucking, they should have a hockey team. Good for Seattle.
Do you think that'll affect them getting an NBA team?
Could only help, right?
Would help Las Vegas get another team.
Right. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know if they're making an arena up there or fixing the old arena.
What I read, they're going to put $750 million into renovate Key Arena.
It's a lot of money. Seems like you should just build a new one. Ruther's like, I'm putting $40,000 into fixing my old Tercel. I've decided.
No, I thought you were going to go with it sounds like Ruther renovating the Smut Studio.
Yeah.
5 years from now, he's going to be.
I put $1.2 million into the Smut Studio. Like, you could have bought a house for that, right? We were going to do the thing where my car went into the demolition derby, but instead I put $40,000 into my 2000 Corolla. $40,000 is what you could buy a Corolla for.
Bro, I'm nowhere near the car situation right now.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm taking the mayor's advice, and he's giving good advice. I'm sure he's listening to this right now. But dealers they don't want to give me any quotes unless I'm there. I had a guy completely ghost me yesterday.
I mean, what are you trying to do? Buy a car over the phone?
No, I'm trying to get some numbers via text because they text me nonstop. And when I let them know, like this guy, dude, I don't have a car. Just give me a quote. Completely radio silent.
Just go to a car dealer, bro.
I know, you're right. And then just
you're going to have to eventually. He's going to be like, okay.
I've gone to 3. Yeah. It's not like I haven't gone.
But I'm saying, like, what if he texts you back and you got a number, it's like, cool, send it over. Drive over the paperwork, my new car.
No, the dude yesterday, we were going back and forth, and I was straight up honest with him. Like, dude, just give me a quote. I don't have a car.
Dude, I mean, who's sketchier than car dealers?
Nobody. That's the point.
So you got to go in there and you got to get in his office. He's got to play fucking mind games with you, He's been reading The Art of the Deal, Coffees for Closers. They probably hired some 10-year-old kid to sit in the office next to him in a suit and tie and creep you out. You're like, what kind of circus is this? Why did they hire a child? Why did they open with the child dealer? Go to that kid, by the way. Use your not a lot of people you could probably assert your physical presence over. Go buy a car from that fucking midget.
He fell off.
He fell off?
He was texting me a bunch.
And then his mom took his phone.
Then I was like, yo, you still got those Toyota Corolla hatchbacks?
Yo, son, you still got those hatchbacks, son?
You got those hatchbacks, son? He goes, we sold them all during Black Friday. This is the Marina Del Rey Toyota dealership. And I said, you don't have any. You're out. He goes, we sold all of them Black Friday. We could maybe get another one. And then I was like, I'm not dealing with this shit. I'm 2 weeks into the car search.
You got to jump on those hatchbacks when they're available.
I'm going to go to Toyota. What I'll do is Friday, I will go to Toyota Santa Monica. But seriously, guys, just give me a fucking quote. It's annoying. I've gotten one quote out of 3 dealerships. They want you to sign then and there. I'm like, that's not happening.
Yeah.
Are that many people idiots that just do that?
Probably.
Sold. Like that many people do it?
Yeah. They're like, I think I like it. And they're like, well, technically you already. And they're like, what? No, I didn't agree to that. No, you bought this car.
Yeah.
It's yours now.
Well, you know what has been a great addition to my life, and I know to your life, Prado, because you lost a bunch of underwear, is those amazing Chill Boys.
Chill Boys.
Look at these.
You sent me some after I lost my underwear, and I got to say, I do quite enjoy them.
These are like the mesh ones.
Yeah.
Look at these.
You know, there's a lot of, I hear a lot of the same fabric being thrown around by other underwear companies. This is definitely a fabric all its own. It's very, very lightweight. The air just flows through it. It's kind of like meshy.
You know what I like about the Chill Boys?
What do you like? Should we like display it a little better?
Yeah. I mean, I just held them up. You guys can look if you're watching live on YouTube. Here's what I like about Chill Boys is that I ran Monday. I ran 15 miles Monday. Didn't expect to do that. I had some major chafing. I wasn't wearing these. I had some major chafing because I have like my runner shorts.
Yep.
Like to the point I was bleeding. I was that guy. Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't paying attention
I don't
too
know
much.
if Chill Boys wants this in their ad read.
No.
Please continue.
No. This has nothing to do with them.
Right.
But then after I showered,
Yeah.
I needed some space. I couldn't put on the tight because a lot of times the boxer briefs are too tight. I put on a pair of Chill Boys and my legs felt chill, brah. I had some airflow. They're great. They have the bamboo boxers, the performance boxers, and the boxer briefs. Got 3 styles, and they gave us all 3 styles. Dirtballs, time to upgrade your undies. That's right. Upgrade them undies, fam. Use our promo code DIRTY20. DIRTY 20 at chillboys.com to save 20% on your first order. That's DIRTY20 to save 20%. Once again, that's Chill Boys. Just
Chill Boys.
CHII. I can't even say it.
CHILL. Boys. Chill Boys.
Chillboys.com to save 20% on your first order. And I'll tell you what, guys. They're perfect for your balls. You are dirt balls after all.
Yeah.
It'll give you some room, some flexibility.
In these winter months, I always like it too. You get a nice full boxer, put it on under some sweats, just settle in by the fire, put your slippers on.
You know, I'm wearing a pair right now. Should I show everybody?
I'd rather you don't.
You don't want me to take off my pants?
Yeah.
Anyway, chillboys.com, and that's promo code DIRTY20. All right, Prano, time to get to our NFL picks. You are you've lost. Can we just agree?
I mean, I already said that, but if you're going to be a dick about it, then I will retract that and say, no, I think there's still a chance that old choking Denty just serves it up, goes 0 the rest of the years.
Are you down 17 points?
I don't think it was that. I think you did some math wrong last time, but could be.
All right. I got the lines up. Can you see them on the big screen?
Well, I have to put my glasses on to tell you.
Can you see them on the big screen?
You see them on the big screen?
How do I make this bigger?
Yeah, so I thought I can see them now.
Hold on.
But you wear glasses a lot of the time. You just never wear them inside.
No, I gotta upgrade my prescription. I gotta get glasses again. All right, is that better?
You should get a glasses sponsor. I don't want to name names before we get one, but
yeah, don't name names until they give us money. All right, can you see that now?
I could see it the whole time.
Look at that.
I saw it before when it's smaller. You're the one that needs it now.
The wonders of technology. Should I see how many points you're down by? Let me go to Twitter.
No, can we just
make
these picks?
You know what?
This is not going to be part of my strategy anyway.
Well, Prano, I hate to rub it in, but I'm going to. You had this master strategy last week. We had 7 games differently. You lost 6 of those 7.
Yeah. A lot of people let me down. What do you want me to tell you?
So what was your strategy last week?
Oh, well, this wasn't a 1-week strategy. I have a long-term strategy. And that was only phase 1. Phase 1 did not go as planned. We're going to have to.
I don't see an updated list here. Mata, come on. Get your fucking shit together. Get it together.
I mean, he's doing it for free.
Get it together. It doesn't matter.
Are we talking all about Paul Goldschmidt being traded to the Cardinals?
You can talk about it.
I think it's fantastic for both teams because he probably wasn't signing and staying with the Diamondbacks next season. So the Cardinals made a move, and the Cardinals, I assume, are hoping that the best fans in the world can convince Paul Goldschmidt to stay. And I like the move. I actually picked the Cardinals last year to be the representative in the National League. It wasn't really based on a lot other than they hadn't been there in a while. But they were on the verge of being a playoff team, and I think he helps them significantly. And they got a ton of players for him. The Diamondbacks, that is.
I know where he played. I'm not the biggest baseball guy, but I knew that.
I was just saying they, and then I said they again. It was confusing as to who I was then talking about. So I said the Diamondbacks. They got a lot of pieces for him.
Cardinals are always in the hunt. We know that.
Right.
They're
now
always
they've added a big-time first baseman.
Yeah.
MVP candidate.
They're always there.
Paul Goldschmidt, early MVP odds, get in that early. Okay, we can put the underwear down now.
I was just going to say, are you touting this underwear all show? I'm going to be in St. Louis in March.
Great. Baseball won't have started yet.
No. Pretty excited to announce I've been asked to be a best man.
Wow.
First time ever.
Wow.
Means guess who's giving a speech, bitches?
Man.
First time.
Who are you the best man of?
My friend Jesse, my college buddy. He's the last one standing outside of me.
He's the guy who you go to Vegas with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This commercial's making me sick.
Yeah. I had some acid reflux and I burped right there. You ever given a best man speech?
Yes, numerous.
It's the first time ever for me.
Yeah, I crush, bro. My best man speeches are of things of legend. I gave Mikey's. I gave my friend Neil's. I gave my friend Tony's. Is that it? 3? There's one more, but I'm forgetting, which is not a good sign for your best man.
No.
But yeah, Mikey, Tony, Neil. Maybe that is 3. Yeah, all of them very different. All of them.
I'm shocked that Mikey didn't have John give the speech.
Yeah. Mikey's was amazing. I just got to take all of my shots at Mikey. I even threw in some real ones there. And then my friend Neil, I just basically roasted his wife because she made us all go to San Diego for the wedding, which is actually the wedding that I came out here for and then was like, I'm going to move to Southern California. So I guess in a way.
Worked out.
Yeah. But like everybody came from everywhere to San Diego where like 5 of her family members were. And I was like, well, this needs to be discussed. And then
we're in the early stages of bachelor party discussion.
Nice.
He tossed out. Jesse doesn't mess around. He's like, Vegas, New Orleans, or Miami. I was like, oh, shit.
Well, you guys go to Vegas every year.
But we also have to look at everybody else involved.
Right. Can I give you my 2 cents? New Orleans.
These are the early.
New Orleans is the best.
I'm not against any of these.
Go to New Orleans. When's the bachelor party?
He's getting married.
He's getting married in March.
March 2nd.
Wow. That's pretty soon, dude.
I know. I got some work to do.
I mean,
I got to write a speech. I got to prepare a bachelor party. So there's a lot of work to do.
Hold on.
You trying to do some math?
No.
What are you looking up? You got a spot?
Well, that's right after Tuesday, March 5th is Fat Tuesday. You go the week before. You go Mardi Gras.
And March 4th is our 500th episode.
And his wedding is March 2nd.
There's a lot going on.
So you go to New Orleans. I go with you. You fly to St. Louis for the wedding. I stay in New Orleans. You fly back for the 500.
And we do our 500th episode in New Orleans?
Yeah. No, but either way, even if it's not during Mardi Gras, you should go to New Orleans. It's the best. It's the best of those 3 places.
We'll see. We'll see what the other guys want to do. Anyway, week 14.
Where's your buddy live?
St. Louis. The crew that I know is kind of spread out too.
Right.
St. Louis, Minneapolis, Omaha, Chicago, me in LA. So it's like mostly Midwest.
Right. Gotcha.
All right. Jacksonville at Tennessee is the Thursday night game. The Titans are a 4.5-point favorite. Who you got? Jacksonville just came off a big win where they scored 6 points.
Yeah. They scored 6 points. Man, this is tough because 4.5 is a little bigger than I would think it would be. considering they just held a team scoreless. Tennessee's just barely squeaked by the Jets. But I'm going Tennessee. I think Jacksonville's still pretty bad. And Tennessee is better than their record even.
I'm going Jacksonville. It's going to be a dog shit bad game to watch. Low scoring defense. Cody Kessler versus your boy, Marcus Mariota.
Yeah.
Who is He's That's what he is. He's so. He's nothing special, Prano.
Okay. I think he's a good quarterback.
Good?
Yeah, good. He's good.
What does good mean to you?
I mean, we've literally done this 100 times.
I know, but like,
he's their franchise quarterback.
We
literally did this 3 weeks ago. Are the Rams better or worse if you trade him straight up for Jared Goff?
I think they're still better with Goff.
I'm not sure that's true.
Well, let me ask you this, Mr. Fitzmagic.
Yeah.
Are the Titans better or worse with Ryan Fitzpatrick?
They're very similar. This is exactly what I was talking about when we were on the train with, now it's official, Tug Coker and his buddy. You were like, who would be better off, the Redskins or with Alex Smith or with Ryan Fitzpatrick? It's like, that's why I always break quarterbacks into classes, because there's a million different ways to fucking skin a cat, but Alex Smith is going to give you only so many wins because he plays the fucking safest brand of football ever. And Ryan Fitzpatrick, he might win you some games you didn't think you were going to win, but he might lose you some games you didn't think you were going to lose. But in the end, they become the same thing. So it's basically the same question for Marcus Mariota. I think now it's hard to judge Marcus Mariota on these Texans teams or on these Titans teams, because I feel like they specifically don't want him to do a lot. Like, he's been pretty accurate, but they're not throwing the ball a ton. They're trying to get by on defense. They're trying to get by on running the ball. Now, you could argue they don't trust him, right? Or you could argue that's just their strategy in the AFC South. But I think it's the exact same thing. Marcus Mariota is going to play very in his lane. Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to drive all around the highway. In the end, you're probably going to get there at the same time. They're both good quarterbacks in terms of what you can get out of them. They're not great. They're not mediocre. They're not bad.
They're both good. Average quarterbacks. They're both mediocre quarterbacks. That's my take. You say good. I say average, mediocre. Moving on. The New York Jets are at the Buffalo Bills. 3.5-point Bills favorites.
I'm going to take the Jets. The Jets, it's a Jets-Bills game. What the fuck are we talking about? I'm taking the Jets because it's a Jets-Bills game.
I'm going to take the Jets, too. Close game. Another shitty, low-scoring game. All right. Your Giants at Washington Redskins. Now, Colt McCoy, injured. Monday Night Football against the Eagles. Sanchez comes in. Who the fuck? Sanchez starting?
Yeah.
You hate to do this. You hate to do it, but you got to do it.
What do you hate to do?
You know what we got to do.
What?
You know what we got to do.
What do we got to do?
Come on, guys. He's got to win this collusion case.
Oh.
He's just got to win. He's just got to win this collusion case.
Sanchez there's a lot worse examples than Sanchez, but I've actually never been a Sanchez hater. Like, the butt fumble thing is whatever.
But doesn't that offense and how my point is, Alex Smith was their starter. Cap and Alex Smith were on the 49ers together, run a very similar offense, correct?
Say that again. Jesse Stango, by the way, just hit me up on text. This is important. FYI, Insane Clown Posse is performing their next concert in New Orleans, February 16th and 17th. Ruther wants to fulfill his bet during his bachelor party.
Well, come on.
That's pretty important. I'm glad he texted me with that. Just something to think about.
Do you think, my friends, all married dudes with kids, are going to go to an Insane Clown Posse concert? Married dudes in their late 30s.
Sounds like probably who's at a Insane Clown Posse concert. You think it's young kids who have been super into the posse?
ICP.
So go on about Sanchez. What were you saying?
What I was saying is Alex Smith and Kaepernick kind of come from that same mold as far as 49ers style, because they played the 49ers.
Yeah.
But Gruden was making it sound like the playbook. Here's all I'm going to say about Gruden. Again, look, it is what it is, but Gruden was saying the playbook is too much. He actually addressed the Kaepernick questions. But here's the best part. They even said on Monday Night Football, Mark Sanchez knows maybe 30 plays. He didn't know any plays.
Right.
So my point is this argument of, oh, there's not enough time to learn the offense. Well, Sanchez didn't have enough time either.
Right. But yeah, well, when all your quarterbacks lost, no one knows the time. Like, I totally understand that. My only argument to you is like, I think Mark Sanchez is a guy who is not as good as his 2 AFC Championship game appearances with Rex Ryan's crazy defenses, and not as bad as the butt fumble where, like, maybe they know Mark Sanchez could come in and learn 30 plays. Like, there's a lot of guys that have been looked at, the Brandon Whedons and the guys who have, like, at no point in your NFL existence at all did you have career success.
They brought in EJ Manuel, bro.
Yeah, I mean, they're talking about bringing Josh Johnson in to back up Mark Sanchez. Yeah. Now, that's a collusion case.
But that's my point.
Right.
I'm not even talking about the starting. I'm more talking about bringing
because Josh
in.
Johnson hasn't thrown a pass in the NFL in 6 years. Or some fucking nonsensical thing like that. Because people, if you go on Twitter, they love to always go like, maybe because he hasn't played in 2 years. It's like Josh Johnson has never played. I think Josh Johnson has, 2 starts?
I'm going to look it up. Josh Johnson. I mean, shit. When you put his name into Pro Football... Bro, I mean, is this a joke? Josh Johnson has not been in the league since 2014.
Right.
Josh Johnson.
Josh Johnson.
I can't get over this.
Who would be a better quarterback?
Josh Johnson has not thrown a pass. He's not thrown a pass in the league since 2011.
Right. Who'd be a better quarterback for the Redskins, Josh Johnson or John Johnson, or the comedian from Huntington Beach?
John Johnson. What's his name?
He's John Johnson. Goldberg will tell.
John Johnson, definitely. All right, so who do you have? I'm going with the Giants to cover.
Yeah, I'm going with the Giants to cover as well.
3.5.
Also, I want to bring this up while we're on the topic. I want to go with I was looking at it the other day. Total yards from scrimmage in the NFL this year. You took a beating, and I was called a homer for our Saquon Barkley take. He's third behind
Zeke and Gurley.
Yeah. Behind Gurley, and Zeke, and he's like 90 yards off of Gurley, who's leading the league. And as far as balance goes, it's not even close. He's clearly the most balanced in terms of run, pass, run, receive. And then third's Julio Jones.
And I love Gurley, by the way. Who doesn't?
Yeah, of course. But again.
Yeah, it took a beating.
Again, we're talking about a guy who's 100 yards off the leader on the New York Giants as a rookie.
Again, eye test for me.
Yeah. That's a sure thing.
And again, Gurley's great. But breakaway speed, too. Come on, guys. Again, Gurley's more of just a power. I mean, Gurley can run, too. I don't even want to do this again because... Yeah. People were like, fucking idiot.
Well, just look at the stats. He's doing it on the Giants. The Giants, the percentage of the Giants' yards as opposed to what Gurley's doing. Percentage of the Giants' touchdowns, the percentage of everything, like all of that stuff. He's just in an offense that just possesses the ball way less. He's 100 yards off the leader in one of the best offenses we've seen in a few years. He's 100 yards off the leader. Gurley's offense is like a ridiculous offense. The Giants' offense at times has been despicable.
By the way, I had a discussion about what I had said about the Chiefs, because I want to tie that in because we're talking offenses. Dirtball Ellis Harden, he tweeted at me. It was a fine conversation, but he said basically I was off base saying that the Chiefs aren't going to go anywhere if they don't start, basically because they don't have a defense. And I said, well, look, dude, I've said the same about the Rams and also the Saints. Now, I started digging it up because I was curious. The last 5 Super Bowl winners had top 10 points per game defenses.
Yeah.
The last 3, top 5. Now, he dug up even more. He was like, that's an anomaly. He was going before the last 5, which, whatever, fine. All I'm saying is the last 5 Super Bowl winners all ranked top 10 in points, because that's all I care about. Don't you agree? I don't care about yards. To me, it's about how many points do you give up.
I agree.
Like the Patriots.
I agree. I mean, I think a defense should be judged on the points they give up and the points that they themselves score.
Yes.
How many points do you give up, and how good of a scoring defense do you have?
So a lot of these Patriots teams, for example, give up a lot of yards, but then they hold those teams to field goals.
Yeah.
So who gives a shit about the yards?
Of course.
Points are all that matters.
Absolutely.
So that's all I'm saying. And right now, the Kansas City Chiefs are giving up 27 points a game. Again, that's not going to win you playoff games. Maybe 1. That's all I'm saying. I'm standing by it. And I could be wrong. I think the Rams fall into that category.
So again, you got to if you get a bye and you win 1 playoff game, you're in the AFC Championship game. So, but I understand what you're saying.
That's all I'm saying.
But you're also calling out the Rams, Chiefs, and Saints.
Calling all 3 out.
Yeah, that doesn't leave you a whole lot of options in terms of who is going to be good.
But
because where are the?
Hold on, I'm not saying that these teams can't make it to the Super Bowl. What I'm saying is their defenses have to play better. That's all I'm saying. I'm standing by that 30. That's my barrier.
Right.
Look, if any of mark my words right now, you guys can fucking take this clip.
But you're saying if they give up 30 points in the playoffs, they'll lose.
I'm saying if any of those teams gives up 30 points in a game, they're going to lose. That's my line. 30 points. Because, as we all know, the game, you said it last week perfectly. You're not going against bad teams.
But look at that Rams-Chiefs game. You don't think that Rams-Chiefs game could be a Chiefs Chargers game in the playoffs? I mean, that was a 54-50 game. It couldn't be a 37-35 game?
It could, but I don't see it. This is the Andy Ruther take. I'm sticking by it.
Okay. So we both got the Giants, and now we're on New Orleans at Tampa Bay.
8-point Saints favorites on the road against Jameis, who I believe has won 2 in a row, which means he's due to eat an L.
Yeah.
I'm going Saints.
I am also going Saints, which, yeah, I'm not going to start. I'm going to go Saints.
All right. Patriots at the Dolphins.
Ooh, that's 7.5.
Dolphins won last year. They killed them in Miami. I believe it was a Monday Night Football game, if I remember correctly.
The Patriots do not like playing in Miami.
No, I'm taking Dolphins.
Okay, I'm going to take the New England Patriots. I was like, that's 7.5. I got to start just playing some mind games.
You're not playing mind games. I got to take the Dolphins regardless. That's why I'm bringing up last year. Remember Jay Cutler had his game, and they're like, yeah, Jay's back. And they're like, wait, you guys have won 4 games. We still want that $1,000, Mac, you cuck.
No, we don't. Fuck him. I told you that the whole time.
You wouldn't take the money?
But remember when I told you that the whole time? You were all worried. You were like, what if the Miami wins and we lose? We lose that $1,000. I was like, we're not going to lose, and he's not going to pay. This is fucking dumb. I knew it the whole time. Like, he picked a what was it? Didn't he start at 12? Didn't he start at 12 games?
10.
But he started at 12, and it came down to 10. It came down to over 10. They had to win 11. I mean, that guy was obviously off his meds.
Was he the biggest cuck dirtball we've ever had?
I'm sticking with mentally ill. It's the only explanation. He's mentally ill. He probably bet thousands of people thousands of dollars. His family came across his social media account, immediately had him put in a psych ward where he's been watching Dolphins games inside of a fucking straitjacket ever since. His dad was like, let me get this straight, Mac Knopperson. Mac Patrick Knopp. You're telling me you've been on the internet betting thousands of dollars on the Dolphins to win 12 games? Who and what do you think you're doing? Give me the keys to your boat, give me the keys to your jet ski, and you're going into a psych ward. He's like, Dad, but we're super rich, and I knew they were going to do it because the Dolphins are dope, and Adam Gase and Jay Cutler, they know each other. He's like, you are sick, and this is why you have to take your medication. That's it. This is the final straw.
Maybe he just had a big cyst on his brain.
Yeah.
And that diluted his thought process.
This is just like when you bet Hassan Whiteside to be the MVP. Absolutely not. You're going back into the psych ward. Now Max just in a straitjacket watching Dolphins games. Good news, though. If you're wearing a straitjacket in Miami, at least it's white. Get that white. Go to that white party with your arms tied behind your back, Mac.
We never forget, dirtballs. Ravens at Chiefs, 6.5-point Chiefs favorites.
I'm taking the Chiefs. I know that the Ravens defense pretty good, and they'll probably do a good job holding them in check. But this is the end of the. I think this is the end of the Cinderella story.
Yeah. It's not even about the Ravens defense to me. It's about Lamar Jackson has somehow won 3 games with an atrocious 8th grade style quarterback play.
Which I think will be great and for grinding them out, but it's only a touchdown.
Yeah, I'm going Chiefs as well. All right. Do we want to, whatever. There's no point even saying it. I was going to bring up the Kareem Hunt shit. Basically, the NFL didn't do the research. That's been leaked. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah, we've covered Kareem Hunt significantly.
Yeah.
If you need, there's plenty of
TPS reports on Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, there's also plenty of morning, first take, first word first, who's on first. All those guys are yelling at each other about it every morning.
The first take.
Yeah. The firstest take. Who's on first?
The take before the first
things
take.
First.
First, before the first, this is the first take.
First of the month.
Then we have Busy Bone.
Yeah. Yeah, so you have a black former athlete, a cheddar dick who didn't play high school sports, yelling at each other about Kareem Hunt. It's available on ESPN, Fox Sports 1, and all places that sports are talked about.
We should do some sketches like mocking that shit.
We are a sketch that mocks that shit. This whole show's a sketch that mocks that shit.
You saying we couldn't get a show on Fox Sports 1, Prano?
Yeah.
We've ruined that?
I don't know. Maybe me as Stephen A. Smith. Where is he these days? He's on Fox Sports 1, right?
No, Stephen A. Smith's ESPN.
See, I can't keep up with all the cheddar dickery. Skip is on Fox Sports 1.
Him and Shannon Sharp.
With Shannon, right.
And Nick Wright and Chris Carter.
Can we just have, remember on SNL, Fun with Real Audio? They would just take that. The sketch writes itself. Just have first take, turn Shannon Sharp into a horse, turn Skip into an actual talking asshole, like an asshole, like the butthole of a human being is having an argument with a horse.
How about this video?
Do we have any fucking animators? Come on, Skip, the horse just chewing a fucking carrot.
How about this idea? We have somebody mesh up first take See, I'm confused now too. Whatever show that Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp are on,
That's First Take.
arguing. No, I thought First Take is Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman.
That's First Things First. No, that's Nick Wright.
You know what the best part of all this is? It has to come back to this. Baker Mayfield was so upset about one of these shows.
One of them's called Pardon My Yelling Black Guy, isn't it?
Baker Mayfield was so upset at one of these shows that he responded on an Instagram comment. To me, that's the silver lining of all this.
I just want to know if he responded to the wrong Instagram first. He was like, first things first. They're like, no, you have a beef with the guys on First Take. Also, I mean, Jason Whitlock is on one of these shows now, right?
No, I think Jason Whitlock is on a different show with Colin Cowherd. But Colin Cowherd has his own show. How many of the people who listen to us also watch that shit, though?
I mean, I wonder how many people watch any of that shit. I think it's just all like just
background noise.
I think it's just all like 1-minute clips that are put out on fucking Twitter. Every time I see a clip of the Shannon Sharp Skip show, Skip's just going, I just want a humming asshole. I just need somebody to animate a humming asshole having an argument with a fucking thoroughbred horse eating sugar cubes. Come on, Skip. Come on, Skip. I didn't live in a barn eating oats for 17 years. So you can come here and tell me Kyle Kaepernick don't belong on NFL roster. Sounds like a fucking dog begging for food. Come on, Skip. Come on, Skip. I didn't have the daughter of an investment banker riding on my back every Wednesday while I jumped over hoops and hurdles. So you could come and tell me here right now that Kevin Durant and come on, Skip. I didn't let
Shannon.
I didn't let G. Marty Hunt pose with me on Instagram.
He moves his head to it.
Yeah.
Now Shannon. Now Shannon.
Okay, what else we got? Indy at Houston. Speaking of horses, the Colts.
Good segue, Joe Prano.
The Texans.
The Texans are 5-point favorite. As much as I've been on them lately, drinking a little of that Bill O'Brien Kool-Aid, I'm taking the Colts to cover. Come on.
Wow.
Come on. They just laid an egg down in Jacksonville. They have too good offense, too good of a quarterback, and too good of an offensive coach. There's no way. That's a close game. It's a close game.
I am taking Houston because I need to make up some points.
You are taking Houston.
Yeah, I actually think you're right about the Colts thing, but I have to make up some points somewhere. It's in Houston. That's what I'm going with.
I'm looking at the comments right now on YouTube. Skip and Shannon are undisputed.
Undisputed assholes. What's the name of their show, guys?
I like Shannon, though. I've said that. Shannon is great. Here's the thing. Shannon
has turned into a character of himself from 2 years ago.
No, but hold on a second. I've already said this. You know I'm a big fan of the NFL Network.
Yeah.
That's all I ever talk about. Everything the NFL Network does is great. NBA, TV, again, all the networks that specify in their league. Shannon is fucking great on fucking Deion Sanders' show, Game Day Prime. He's great. The three of them are great. Carissa Thompson's great. That's a great fucking foursome. Some good porn, too, if you had those four in, right? 3 black dudes and a hot blonde chick?
I know who's on the show.
Okay. Just making sure. So you're going to go with the Colts.
No, I'm going to go with the Texans. You're going to go with the Colts.
Okay. Yeah, I already forgot. All right. Carolina at Cleveland. Ooh.
Yeah, boys. The Cleveland Browns.
My boys.
Yeah. +2. Your boy Baker Mayfield. You going to pick against your boy? He's feeling dangerous this week.
Baker versus Cam.
Yeah. Battle of number 1 overall picks.
Now, Carolina's lost 4 in a row.
Yeah. battle of number one overall picks that will take a decade to figure out why their stats are not quite what they seem.
No, Cam won an MVP. Can't take that away from him.
You're right.
He won an MVP. It's going to be big in the long term. The scheme of things.
This is sarcasm. Or no?
Somewhat. Not many guys. I'm saying Drew Brees has never won an MVP.
Right. Drew Brees has won a Super Bowl. Cam had a Super Bowl. That was the Super Bowl run.
Well, regardless, who am I going to take in this one? I'm going Carolina.
Wow. Yeah, I just think they get off the schneid of 4 straight losses.
Yeah. I agree. All right, Atlanta at Green Bay. What the hell's going on in this game? Just 2 bad teams. The Packers are 5.5-point favorites. Does Aaron Rodgers just have an insane game because that boob Mike McCarthy's not there anymore?
That's what I'm going with. At home, no boob. Joe, after this week, they're like, should they keep Joe Philbin? And I'd be like, no, don't do that. That's not the answer.
I'm going Atlanta.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to move on to the later Sunday games. Before we do that, Prano, I want to ask you, are you wearing those Flag and Anthem gear right now? Is that what you're wearing?
I am. Look at that. It says it right there. This is one of my favorite Flag and Anthem items I ever got. It's one of the early ones. I don't get to wear it that much here in California because it's so warm. This, look at this thing. It's like a hoodie inside of a flannel. It's got the waffle. It's super warm.
Yeah.
Actually, a little warm in here wearing it under the lights, but it is rainy and cold outside. Got my Flag and Anthem jeans. I got everything. Everything I'm wearing is Flag and Anthem except my socks, my shoes, and my chill boys.
Well, I'm in Flag and Anthem jeans. And, yeah, we mentioned it earlier in the show, in my V-neck with no shirt underneath. Because that's
the Flag and Anthem T-shirts are so soft, Andy. You should just wear one of those.
No, I like letting the chest hair flow. So go to flagandanthem.com, drop promo code DIRTY. You get 25% off, guys. 25% off your first order.
That remains ludicrous to this day. It remains ludicrous.
You know the fucking GIF where the dude's fucking like head is exploding, which I love? Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's what I think every time I hear this deal. 25% off. Guys, Christmas is here. Hanukkah's here. Kwanzaa's around the corner. If you participate in any of those things and you need to get gifts, go to flagandanthem.com.
Why's Kwanzaa got to be around the corner? Like it's sneaking?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Oh, look at Kwanzaa just peeking over at you. Just waiting for you to turn the corner, hiding.
I didn't say that. I didn't say
waiting for you
that.
to turn the corner, looking down at your phone.
I didn't say that.
Be like, Kwanzaa!
So go to flagandanthem.com, drop promo code DIRTY to get 25% off your first order. Okay, Denver at San Fran. Denver is a 4-point favorite on the road. Now, is Emmanuel Sanders out?
Yes, for the year, I believe.
That's what I saw.
Achilles.
Which is going to hurt them. It's going to hurt them. And that Achilles hoof, am I right? Because they're Broncos? The hooves, you know?
What is this bit?
I don't know. I just thought being a...
You're serving pies to people. You know? Take that pie. Take that punchline pie.
The Niners are a disaster.
Yeah. They had moments last week against your Seahawks.
Bro.
Just saying.
They're up 20-3 right away. Like, right away. I'm going Denver. Even without Emmanuel Sanders. I'm going to have my boy, Philip Lindsay. We haven't even talked about this somehow. Everybody else has. Philip Lindsay lives at home with his parents.
Philip Lindsay lives in my starting lineup on my fantasy team. I know talking fantasy is not super exciting, but man, I have made some fantasy moves this year. Usually good at picking games and terrible at fantasy. Not this year. Picked up Philip Lindsay early. Been starting Tariq Cohen the whole year. Woo! My fantasy team's lit right now, Andy. And Philip Lindsay, big part of that.
Here's a fun fact about Philip Lindsay I saw. Most rushing yards ever.
For a running back who lives with his parents.
For a running back who lives with his parents. And also, undrafted.
Wow. In one season.
Yeah, I think maybe
In
it might
their
even
rookie
be,
season.
It might even be rookie season.
It's very specific.
I mean, it's
most rushing yards by a rookie undrafted running back that lives with his parents. Okay, so
you think he's banging girls
yes.
at his place?
No. I think he could probably afford a hotel the 1 or 2 nights he wants to stay out a week.
But like when he's coming home, when Philip Lindsay comes home, is his mom sitting at the kitchen table like?
No, I don't think. I mean,
where were you at last night, Philip?
I think he's a rookie who is making $400,000 and is probably extremely focused on being really good this year and trying to get a big deal. And so far, so good. And he's going to keep his head down. Seems like a great kid.
I love him.
But I'm sure post-game Sundays, the whole team goes out. And, he fucking doesn't. They don't have practice. They have Victory Monday. They have off. He probably, fucks 11 girls in Von Miller's pool house that's 3 times the size of his parents' whole property.
Let me ask you this.
Von Miller's like, remember that one time I wore the stupid fucking glasses in a commercial and a cowboy hat? I bought that pool house. You want to live there? He's like, I want to live there. Yes, I want to live there. I live with my parents, Von Miller. He's like, stop calling me by my full name. Mr. Von Miller, can I live in your pool house? I can't even get a haircut, Mr. Von Miller. I don't get paid enough. That's why I rock this afro.
Von's like, and you know what? To make it even better, it's all decked out in Old Spice in the shower, bro. I got you taken care of.
He's like, trying to whistle. I'm so excited to whistle, Mr. Von Miller. Can I please get in the pool house?
What's the oldest age you had sex with a girl in her parents' basement?
In her parents' basement?
Yeah. I have a wild story.
I mean, college. I was in college. It was probably, I dated my high school girlfriend into college.
I had a hookup in 2010. So I'd been like 29 or something. But like a one-nighter. I went back with the girl to her bedroom in her parents' house. Like I was hammered. She was hammered. For my friends listening, Old North County, you guys know what I'm talking about. And her sister, the next morning, like her high school sister walked in. She's like, oh my God, Mom, she's got a boy here. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like at the time, it was a good idea, but I was also just wasted. The next morning, I was also terrified for my life.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I ever did like townie action when I like went home and like maybe something will pop up, but probably college.
I met her where'd I meet her at? Big Daddy's in St. Louis in Soulard. I think it was Big Daddy's, and that's what it's called.
Actually, well, it doesn't really count though, right? Like when I was probably 26, I went and visited my girlfriend's family. Like we went to her family's house in Kansas City or whatever for like Easter.
But yeah, that's what different. I'm talking like
doesn't count.
Like a one night stand. You meet a girl.
Yeah,
like
this is like the Philip Lindsay class. Like, how old were you? What's the oldest you ever were? Where you had a one night stand with a girl who randomly lived with her parents while she was an adult, and also was undrafted. I don't think I ever did that.
I love Philip Lindsay.
Yeah, he's great.
Hey, Philip, if you're listening, I know you seem like a very humble guy. I love you in your interviews. I love the way you dress. You ever out in L.A., man, you got a spot on my couch to sleep.
He's like, thanks, Mr. Andy Ruther.
I love that dude. All right. Bengals at Chargers. The Chargers are 14-point favorites against Jeff Driscoll.
Yeah.
Going Chargers.
Going Chargers. Beat him by 14, huh? Look at those money lines. Cincinnati, you get plus 800. It's at LA Chargers. Gonna be a lot of Bengals fans there?
No. But I know I'll get a text. I'm just waiting for it. It's Wednesday night. I know I'll get a text from my Cincinnati friends.
What about your boy Justin Wood? You're not going to go to the game with him on Sunday?
I should text Justin and be like, "Yo, remember when you texted me when they were I think weren't the Bengals 4-1?"
Yeah. I'm going to go with the Bengals just because 14's ludicrous. And I've been burned every fucking week on the big. Like, I am taking the big spread every week and always fucking losing.
All right, well, I'm going to stick with the Chargers. Philly at Dallas. Ooh, first place up for grabs in the NFC East. 3.5, Dallas favorite. I think it's going to be a good game. Now, I've been riding high on the boys.
You have been.
And I think I was stupid because I didn't realize they were only a game up. And I was looking at it today like, whoa, Philly's 6-6.
I told you every time you did this, I told you that.
I know. I don't listen half the time.
I literally said to you last time, if the Redskins win, they're still leading the division. And now if Philly wins, they're leading the division. I'm taking Philly. I'm taking Philly to win the game.
Okay.
And I don't recommend betting on this because the money line's only 160. But
let's make things interesting. I'll take Dallas.
Okay.
I don't think they cover. I think they probably win. That half point is killer. All right, Detroit.
Everybody's on the Dallas train suddenly. Oh, Dallas can make some noise in the playoffs if they play defense like they did against the Saints. It's like, well, okay. What the fuck does that like? That's
true though.
Yeah, but it's true. But it's also fucking stupid. It's like, oh, if they play their single best defensive game of the year in the playoffs, they can really make some noise.
Your shoes look funny on the screen when you do that, bro. Yeah, don't do that.
Stop that.
No, you can't do that. Your shoe fucking is in the way of the camera. Okay, Detroit at Arizona. I have nothing to say about this game except Detroit is a 3-point road favorite. I'm taking Arizona.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to take Detroit then. Just because, for no other reason.
All right, Pittsburgh at Oakland, 10.5-point Steelers favorites. Big spread.
Yeah.
Big spread. I'm taking Pittsburgh.
Yeah, me too.
All right, Sunday night game, which we announced. I don't even remember. Did we announce that on the pre-show?
We announced that we were announcing.
We
announce an announcement?
Yeah.
Are we now announcing an announcement about an announcement?
Fact. We will be broadcasting the Sunday night Rams at Bears game live here on YouTube. So subscribe to us on YouTube. Get the alert.
You said here on YouTube because we're currently on YouTube.
Yes.
But a lot of people will listen to this via podcast.
True.
So pause your podcast. You don't even have to pause your podcast. I guess you could keep listening to me talk this while you do it. Open your YouTube app. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Click, if needed, any sort of notifications. I want to be notified when this happens. We're going to go live, and I want people in there nice and early. I just hit myself in the nose with the microphone. I want people in there nice and early because we used to do those rabbles back in the day.
Correct.
And my favorite thing about the rabble, very similar to what we did pre-show, another reason to subscribe to us on YouTube, is getting questions and comments during the podcast. Very difficult to monitor the YouTube comments. During live broadcasts, we can go fucking live comment crazy. So we're going to do an old school rabble style broadcast of Rams at Bears Sunday, 8:20 p.m. Eastern, 5:20 p.m. Pacific. Go to YouTube right now and subscribe so that you don't miss it when we kick off.
So if you've never seen this before, basically, just as you normally would, you mute Chris Collinsworth.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you mute Al Michaels, and you get to hear me and Joe Prano. Basically,
don't worry. I will help you guys out. I will do the Chris Collinsworth no matter how good or bad the game is. I'll say it's the greatest game of all time, no matter how good or bad either teams play. I'll say that the Bears defense is the best defense I've ever seen. I'll say the Rams are the best offense I've ever seen. Sean McVay's handsome. Al Michaels gives me a hard on. I'll just slurp everybody. I'll just go full Collinsworth for you guys.
And the entire game, will just keep on repeat. Do you believe in miracles?
Because of the hockey game.
Yeah.
Got it.
I hope people got that.
Yeah, I think they do.
All right. Rams are 3-point favorites in Chicago. I'm going Rams.
You are.
I am.
I'm going Rams too, man. Sunday night, prime time.
I think they're going to be ready.
Bears coming off that Giants loss.
And I also think, well, it depends who's playing quarterback.
Sure. Well, it's 3 because Trubisky's playing quarterback.
Okay. It doesn't really change my mind. I'm going Rams. And your Monday night game, that would be another good one to rabble. Ooh, my boy.
We should see about buying the phrase rabble from Rabble.
I keep saying it.
I know.
Russell Wilson
boy.
is at home. He's a 3.5-point favorite against the Vikings. Ooh, that half point. That half point every time. I think it's going to be a very good game. I'm going to take Minnesota.
I am too. I feel like that's a defensive play.
It's not a defensive play because I think the Seahawks win. They cover, or they don't cover. They win by a field goal. Russ have another good year.
I think Minnesota. If Minnesota, this is like a big game for both of them. Like I believe the winner of this game would probably be the 5 seed, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
This is basically determining a playoff spot.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of things are going to determine a playoff spot. I think that, and I don't think 2 NFC East teams are going to get in.
No. Yeah. Big game. I'm excited.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one.
My boy in primetime.
Yeah, boy.
It's going to come down to the run game. That's what it'll come down to for Seattle. And the Vikings.
Yeah, no shit.
The Vikings, I mean, Cousins, he's got to make tough throws.
Yeah, look, Cousins. I've said it before. I've never been on the Kirk Cousins train. He asked if I like that. I said I indeed did not like that. No, I've never been a Cousins fan. Kirk Cousins is Ryan Fitzpatrick without the fucking up and down. Like that's a guy who's fucking one game he's great, one game he's terrible. One game he doesn't get sacked. Next game he fucking throwing the ball throwing the ball to the other team, getting sacked all the time. But somehow he's remained a fucking starter in the league, getting $20 million every fucking season.
Come on, he's got way better numbers than Fitz.
Like overall numbers?
Yeah,
because he plays all the games. That's what I'm saying. But he's a guy who one game he looks great, one game he looks fucking terrible. Happens all the time. Has his whole career. He has just meltdown games. The Carson Palmer torch was passed directly to Kirk Cousins.
Meltdown games. That's what you're going to go with?
Yeah.
I want to look at his year.
And that's why
he has not had a... Now, would you call New England a meltdown game?
What did he do?
32.
No, this year, that's what I'm saying.
He hasn't this year yet.
Right.
He didn't have the great game against the Pats, but it wasn't a meltdown game.
Yeah.
Yeah, his numbers aren't as good as I thought they'd be.
I know.
Anyway.
I never liked this move for them. I mean, you could say, oh, he's an upgrade from Case Keenum, but the thing is like, I almost feel like the reason he's not an upgrade from Case Keenum is because they think they got an upgrade, so then they start doing different things, and suddenly they're putting like I understand Minnesota was, handcuffed by having a quarterback that could only do so much last year. I've obviously been talking about all the different people who should have gone to Minnesota. I've been saying Phillip Rivers to Minnesota, remember, for 5 years when the Chargers were struggling. I've never loved this Kirk Cousins move. I do think that their defense is good enough and their coaching staff's good enough and their run game is pretty good. And they do have ridiculous wide receivers that they'll probably be a playoff team and they could win this game. I'm rooting for them to win this game, but I've never been a Kirk Cousins fan.
All righty. That's our NFL Week 14 picks.
And by the way, let me just say one more thing about Kirk Cousins and Ryan Fitzpatrick, just so you know where my head's at. The reason I am a Ryan Fitzpatrick defender and I am not a Kirk Cousins defender, even though I think they're remarkably similar players by my eye test, is that people slurp Kirk Cousins and people shit on Ryan Fitzpatrick. If you flip-flopped it, I'd be fine with it. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, oh, let's not all talk up Ryan Fitzpatrick like he's a fucking god, but let's not all pretend that Kirk Cousins isn't very similar. That's what I'm saying. Just be realistic with your.
Well, the argument again.
If everybody was just like, they're good, they're
hold
fine.
on. The argument again that I would always use is, if they were similar, one would not always enter most of his career as a backup, where one has basically been the starter.
Well, don't forget, he was the backup.
I know, but that's my point. After he took the job over, he has never relinquished his starting position.
But
he hasn't.
Well, he has in Washington. Right? That's why he's gone, because they kept giving him the franchise tag and the franchise tag and the franchise tag.
And he kept being the starter.
And then they signed Alex Smith.
No, he took a massive deal to go to Minnesota.
Which happened first?
I don't know, and it really doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, he was going to get paid.
And that's exactly my point. That's exactly my point. The difference between these guys, not that much if you have eyeballs. The difference between one guy getting $20 million every year and getting a big free agent contract, and another guy always being a backup.
Numbers would disagree.
Okay.
I mean, they would.
What do you think?
I'm not the biggest Cousins fan, for the record.
I know. I'm saying, what do you think Kirk Cousins, Redskins stats, and Ryan Fitzpatrick's 16 games Jets stats look like?
I don't know. You want me to pull them up?
No, I don't care. I bet you they're pretty close, though.
Let's pull them up. I know we're supposed to end this episode. What year do we want from Cousins? He started in 2015 was when he became like the official starter.
Of the Redskins?
Yeah. He started 3 games in 2012, 5 in 2013, and 6 in 2014. All right, Prano, we're gonna.
Hold on. How many?
I'm pulling them up.
In 2015, let's do it. 2015, the year he became the starter. How many TDs did he have?
He had 29.
Fitzpatrick had 31. How many yards did he have?
4,100.
3,900. How many interceptions?
We're also looking at 1 year.
Right. The year they both became full-time starters.
15 picks.
15. Rating?
No, you don't care about rating.
Okay, so we agree. 2 more touchdowns for Fitzpatrick, 200 more yards.
Okay.
For Cousins, the exact same amount of INTs.
You're forgetting. No, you're just no.
What are you talking about?
Joe, you're just lying right now. 1 through 4,100 yards.
Yeah.
4,166.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me just read these. 1 through 3,905. So he threw a couple hundred more yards. 1 through 31 to 15. 1 through 29 to 11. You know what big stat you've conveniently omitted here?
What?
Completion percentage.
Okay.
Cousins led the NFL in 69.8% completion percentage.
To the tune of 29 touchdowns and 11 picks for 200 more yards?
Fitzpatrick was 59%. One had a 10% higher completion percentage. That's important.
And it translated to what exactly?
What do you mean?
It translated that 10% higher translated to 200 more yards, 2 less touchdowns. I didn't conveniently leave it out because who gives a fuck?
Cousins also has higher yards per attempt. I always look at that. That's important. It's really important for a quarterback.
But now you're literally going into the second level of statistics when I said that I bet you they're comparable. And if to say that they're not comparable is ludicrous. 4,100 yards to 3,900 yards, 31 touchdowns to 29 touchdowns.
In those seasons, yes, they're comparable.
Right.
In those seasons.
Right.
We're also picking one season.
Randomly. picking one season where
but we've
they're
randomly
both the start.
but hold on, we've randomly picked the one season that conveniently literally helps your argument the best.
No, I picked the season that he got signed to be the starter. That's what I picked.
No, well, he was the Jets' backup, became starter. He got signed to be the starter when he went to Buffalo.
He played 16 games for the Jets that year.
He did, indeed. But he also played 16 games back-to-back years for Buffalo. That's all I'm saying.
All I asked was to look up that and say, what are they? What do you think they're comparable? I can't believe that they were.
Again, they were comparable in
Right.
2015.
That's all I said.
In one season.
Right.
Very cherry-picked argument.
Oh,
but that's what you do. I've learned that.
The argument isn't cherry-picked when I said that it's very simple. You said one guy's always the backup. I said one guy should probably always be the backup. And then I said, let's go to the season where the guy played 16 games.
So hold on a second.
Let's pull up the numbers.
Then let's get to
that's
that.
what happened.
You think, I just want to address this. You think that Cousins should be a backup?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Or a starter on a team that's not very good. He can start for the Bucs. The Minnesota Vikings giving Kirk Cousins that money to try to push them over the top to win the Super Bowl was a bad move. By the way,
well, then let me ask
by
you
the
this.
way, if Ryan Fitzpatrick got $20 million from Minnesota after, playing crazy for 5 games with Tampa Bay, and they were like, fuck, Keenum lost us in the NFC Championship game, let's sign Fitzpatrick. I'd been like, look, well, I defend Fitzpatrick and all, but let's not make him the fucking starter that's going to push you over the top to the Super Bowl.
But let me ask you this.
And I've never said that about Ryan Fitzpatrick, nor would I ever.
But hold on a second.
They're both good quarterbacks, not great, not fucking.
Are the Vikings better or worse, in your opinion, with Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Indifferent.
You think the Vikings are right where they're at?
No, I said, again, the same thing I'll say about they probably would. Here's the thing. They'd probably be a little bit more explosive. And but honestly, it's about the same. Like Kirk Cousins will throw the ball around a ton too. No, they're probably the fucking same. Okay. And if you don't think Kirk Cousins has a meltdown Carson Palmer playoff game in him,
I'm not a big Cousins fan.
I know. That's all I've ever said is
and I agree
keep
with your
everybody
initial
in
point.
Perspective.
Hold on, go way back. I mostly agree with your initial point of that Kirk Cousins is maybe not that big of an upgrade, if at all, from Case Keenum.
And my full point is exactly this. Kirk Cousins always been overrated. And people, for some reason, think Kirk Cousins is great.
Who are these people?
The people that the Washington Redskins who let him make fucking $60 million. These guys who gave him $100 million. They're like, Case Keenum, bye. We know you're just going to back.
But are
We're going
all
to give you
these teams
$100
wrong?
million.
Because if we look at it, it wasn't just the Vikings. The Jets, the Broncos, and the Vikings were all pulling their dick out for him. Like, yo, dude.
Well, the Jets, we know the Jets will fuck it up, right?
Yeah.
Pretty safe to say if the Jets want you. Probably not that good.
They wanted Fitz?
Right. I'm saying they're the same caliber of player. And all I ever want is just people, let's just say, look at them. They're the same fucking caliber player. Why? Because somehow Kirk Cousins slid in to he Maverick Goosed fucking Cougar of RG3 and somehow became a starter. And then the Redskins didn't know what the fuck else to do, so they just kept letting him be their starter. And then suddenly he's a starter in the NFL.
But again, the argument
I'll make the same argument about Alex Smith.
That he should be a backup?
That if you want to win something, you shouldn't make him your starter. Now, if you want to make him your starter because you're a mediocre team and you're like, okay, this is what we are, and we just need some stability and we need whatever. But if you're trying to win the Super Bowl, don't sign Alex Smith to a $100 million contract. Minnesota was in the NFC Championship game last year.
So what should they have done?
They should have done the same thing I've been telling them to do for fucking 5 years.
Phillip Fudge and
Rivers? They should have
Rivers?
thrown the house at Phillip Rivers 5 years ago.
Bro, he could not drive from San Diego to Minnesota every day. Did you hear? He drives every day. Phillip Rivers drives every day from San Diego to Carson.
But I'm saying just what they should have done is gotten when you're that close. Look, I don't know who's fucking available that you can make a crazy move for, but like make a crazy move for somebody. You're on the verge.
Yeah.
Fuck. Make a crazy move. At least Nick Foles got it done. He won the Super Bowl. You don't think they could have gotten Nick Foles for a couple draft picks and not giving him $100 million if it doesn't work out?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. All right, guys, that's the episode. As usual, we get into another quarterback discussion. Let's wrap this bad boy up and finish up this Lakers game.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, it's 3 minutes, 42 seconds left, and it's basically a tie-in. Let's just watch this. Oh, so
no,
LeBron.
No. Let's.
Sorry, I just wanted to watch that drive. Get your plugs in, dude.
DirtySports.com at Andy Ruther. Drop those iTunes reviews. Those all help. And like Joe was saying, subscribe to us because we will be live Sunday Night Football. Rams at Bears. We'll be calling the game. You can mute Collinsworth and Al Michaels and hear us call the game. And again, if you use any of our promo codes, if you're a new subscriber, if you're a new dirtball, if you use any of our promo codes, which are in the descriptions of the show, and you send me a screenshot, I send you koozies. I went to the post office today to send koozies, but apparently it was closed in a remembrance day of George H.W. Bush. Didn't know that was happening. Couldn't even get into the post office. All right, what do you got?
Fakes for Life on Twitter, Joe Perry on Instagram. I feel like doing that at this point doesn't help, although who knows? Maybe I'll see one new jump. I'll be in Tahoe.
I agree, by the way, on that.
I'll be in Tahoe on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The Improv at Harvey's with Eddie If.
Is that next week?
It is. And then back for the holidays, and then House of Comedy in Scottsdale, Phoenix, Scottsdale area, also with Eddie If. So
what are the dates on that?
That's January 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, guys, that's the show. Give us some love or give us some hate, whatever you choose to do. And most importantly, while you're out this weekend with your loved one, don't forget, condoms are for pussies.